All right, everything appears to be in order, so we can go ahead and get started. Hold on, let me get my phone from other side of the room. There, that's better. But make sure that chat can be seen while I am working. Check, check, mic check. Yep, we're good. All right, cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get this underway, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another reaction stream. Today, we're going to be checking out some Marvel Rivals dialogue that Gajiel has been telling me to really check out. And hold on, let me mute that because I'm still playing some Fallout 4. I'm working on that Minutemen build. But there's some videos for Marvel Rivals that showcase the dialogue and unique interactions of characters in Marvel Rivals, and it shows you that whoever did Marvel Rivals, whoever was in charge of writing the dialogue and writing the lore, they know Marvel. So, yeah. Infinitely better than anything that Marvel Avengers tried to do back in the day. So it really shows you what can happen when you get people who understand Marvel to write for Marvel. So we got I want to say we have a bit of a list, possibly. I really just want to get like the character interactions. So I'll just check out the playlist and we'll see what we got. Oh, okay. Okay, some of these are from... All right, so we're going to go backwards. So we start with Rocket. This is from 2 months ago. And then it goes all the way up until like 12 days ago. So we're going to start with Rocket. And then work our way backwards. Link to Lootward's channel is in the description down below. As you know, I don't monetize these types of streams because all credit goes to the original creator of these videos and all of these compilations. So, you know, support that channel as well. So now let's actually, you know what? I almost forgot to have the desktop audio on, so my apologies for that. Let's go ahead and get started with the first one, Rocket Special Interactions. This is about 5 minutes long, and then we're going to work backwards. Then Storm is next.
That's some nice armor you got there, sweetheart. How much you want for it?
More, Rocket. You know Spider isn't for sale.
How about just one arm? No? Ah, come on! You're killing me, kid.
Not yet, but I'd be careful if I were you.
You live here. What's it like having the giant spider web over your head all the time?
It reminds me of my duty. Plus, it's awesome.
It would really get on my nerves.
What have you done to your armor, Stark? Didn't know you could make it any uglier.
Gosh, I have missed your cosmic wisdom and constructive criticism, Rocket.
Flark, you do. I know that Earther tone. What's it called?
Manners?
This is not how I was expecting this day to play out.
Never a dull moment for our crew, eh, Quill?
I just hope we can get this wrapped up soon. You know, I have plans.
You made a plan. I guess there's a first time for everything.
Hey, Rocket!
Quill, you got your ship? Because if you do, let's get out of here.
But we're supposed to save the world?
Fine. We'll save the world. Groot!
I am Groot.
I know. How do we keep ending up in these situations?
I am Groot.
What, humans? They don't understand anything because they never listen.
I am Groot.
You're a shooter, like me.
There's no shooter like me, buddy.
Never figured I'd have something in common with a talking raccoon.
Hey, I saw that turret thing you do. How much you want for it?
Not for sale.
What, are you kidding? Everything's for sale.
Maybe for other people, not for me.
Hey, I like your firearms. Never thought I'd find someone with the same taste on this backward planet.
Yeah? What do you got in your trash can?
Let's see. Ion turret, photon reaction chain gun, mini black hole.
War journal entry. This world is officially sick.
The battle starts in
Talking
5,
raccoons got better guns
4,
than me.
3.
What manner of creature are you?
None of your business.
When you enter my realm, I will know everything.
I'm never coming anywhere near your flarkin' realm. You can count on that.
I was thinking, all spider people are connected to a spider totem.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I wonder if there are, like, raccoon totems.
Ha! My totem is a gun. Also, what's a raccoon?
Mantis, Pete just put Clintar on top of the list. How you holding up?
Real quick. So this world's rocket doesn't... Okay, so I can't go off of the MCU. I can't go off of the MCU's origins of Rocket, because Rocket is technically a raccoon from Earth that was, you know, experimented on by the High Evolutionary, if we're going by the Volume 3 of the Guardians of the Galaxy film. But does after all this time, does Rocket not know what an actual raccoon is? And why everyone keeps calling him a raccoon? They've never shown him a photo?
Can manage.
Mantis, Pete just put Clintar on top of the list. How you holding up?
I can manage. Then we'll free everyone from the Collector's theme park, yes?
For what he did to you? I'll make that Flarkin Elder of the Universe regret even being born. Mantis.
What did the Collector do to Mantis? If Rocket is this riled up, what did the Collector do to Mantis? Also, Psycho, hi, what's going on? We're reacting to dialogue and unique character interactions of Marvel Rivals. Since the closed beta is over, this is pretty much all we can do at the moment until the game fully releases.
What's a raccoon?
Oh, they are the cutest animal on Earth.
Really? Then how come everyone keeps calling me a raccoon? I'm a badass.
You are cute and badass.
Mantis, people keep calling me grumpy. Am I grumpy?
Well, you are stretched thin lately.
I do miss the jailbreaks. I'll call Drax. You're a sweetheart, Mantis.
Glad to help. Wait, what?
I like hanging around Groot because he gets me.
So there are two Dooms, huh? Sounds like overpopulation. From what I hear about this Doom character, I don't think I'm gonna like him very much.
No one does, especially during the Blood Hunt run for Marvel right now. Yeah, Doom has pretty much taken the powers of Doctor Strange in that run, and he was okay. So the thing about Blood Hunt is essentially vampires have taken over everywhere. That's the premise. Vampires have taken over everywhere. It's night everywhere. The sun has been blocked out. And vampires are running rampant all over the world. New York, basically all over the world. And then these elder vampires who are also, you know, extremely powerful vampires that have these beyond supernatural abilities start beating up and defeating the Avengers. Even Thor gets manhandled, and at one point he gets stabbed in the head. So, turns out that Blade is the one orchestrating all of these attacks, because apparently Blade has turned evil. And he's turned Black Panther, he's turned Miles Morales, and it's up to his daughter, who's also teamed up with Dracula himself in order to stop these vampires, and in doing so also stop Blade. So it gets to the point where it's so dire. That Doctor Strange, against his wife's wishes, you know, Clea, against Clea's wishes, enlists the help of Doctor Doom. And under oath, which, you know, Doom does this a lot when it comes to oath. You know, these are his types of promises. So under oath, he tells Doom that the only way that Doom is going to help is that Doctor Strange relinquishes the entire mantle of Sorcerer Supreme to Doom. And Doom saying, like, I won't help you unless you give me the title of Sorcerer Supreme. And then Strange is all like, sure, but as long as you give the mantle back to me. And Doom is all like, sure, I'll give it back to you. And he winds up giving up the entire mantle to Sorcerer Supreme to Doom. And Doom, with the help of many other people, with children who have incredible magical aptitude, they help him create like this giant amalgamation of magic to the point where it's in Doom's eyes, anything he creates is beyond anybody's comprehension. He's literally the Lex Luthor of Marvel, except he's stronger than Lex and more powerful than Lex. And if he and Lex met together, then Lex would not even stomach being around Doom, because Doom obviously is a league above Lex in terms of, like, not just his diplomatic power, not just his technological advancements, but also magical power as well, because Doom knows magic. So him getting the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme essentially makes him beyond overpowered, because Doctor Strange can do anything from transmutation, teleportation, magic that is capable of reducing a person to cinders with a mere flick of his fingers. The powers of Doctor Strange are incredibly vast. So Doctor Strange gets the full mantle and the power. Kitty, hey-o! Good to see you. I'm explaining Marvel's Blood Hunt run in the comics and why Doctor Doom is why you should never trust Doctor Doom at all. So Doctor Doom gets the whole mantle of Doctor Strange, and like I said, it encompasses a massive amount of different types of abilities and magical powers that Doctor Strange can manipulate and do. He's literally like one of the most powerful magical beings in all of the Marvel universe. Not the world, the universe. So Doctor Strange gets this mantle, and with the help of some children that are at his school in Latveria, they pull together their magical abilities to create this gigantic amalgamation of magic that then proceeds to open up the skies all over the world, allowing the sunlight to shine through, which gives everyone else a fighting chance to combat all of these vampires. Unfortunately, and unsurprisingly to everyone, Doom refuses to release the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme back to Strange, because Strange confronted Doom with this by using an astral projection, because Doctor Strange's real body also was turned into a vampire. But Strange was able to, release his spirit from his body, so that's not affected by the vampirism. His real body is currently restrained at the Sanctum Sanctorum. But he talks to Doom. Doom refuses to give the mantle back, and he just waves away Strange like he's nothing. And he says, like, and Strange was all like, I thought you said you was going to save the world. And he says, I am going to save the world. Allow me to teach you what saving the world truly means. And Doom just basically has the powers of Doctor Strange now. Yeah. Doom has the powers of Doctor Strange, and he apparently refuses to give it up. So what makes Doom so dangerous as an individual, and you can kind of correlate this to Doom in Marvel Rivals, is that Doom sees everyone else as inferior to him. But he has and the thing is, he's also one of the smartest people in the world, with some of his rivals being, Tony Stark and Reed Richards, some of the smartest people in the entire world. But Doom has this, I want to say, this inhuman level of narcissism and this god complex where everyone else is incompetent and he's the only one who is capable of handling any sort of power. Matter of fact, when you go back to like different games where Doom is the antagonist, he sees that he is the only one worthy to wield certain power. He's the only one who can truly wield the magic of Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange, he's not willing to go that extra mile to save the world. He's still willing to be a hero, but Doctor Strange sees it as all like, let me show you what saving the world truly is. Let me show you what a true Sorcerer Supreme is like. He calls himself the superior Sorcerer Supreme. And he just acts this way towards everyone. I'm the superior villain. I'm the superior mastermind. I'm superior to everyone in every way. So, not only that, but he also has deep roots into magic and because of his upbringing. And he already had substantial magic abilities. Everything he can do right now, boosted by Doctor Strange, essentially makes him one of the most powerful beings in Marvel. Because not only does he have magic at his disposal, but he also has diplomatic immunity, which means that technically you can't do anything to him, because it could be an invitation to war with his entire country, where everyone in his country reveres him as their absolute ruler. Not him ruling over it as a dictatorship, but everyone genuinely adores Doom because Doom is a genuine good ruler for his country. But that also means that everyone sees Doom as the absolute of their country, and they don't question him because he actually provides for them. That's what makes him even more dangerous. He actually does good things, but it's only for his own country, so that everyone who lives in his country will see anyone who tries to do anything to Doom as an affront to their entire nation. Not only that, but not only because of the diplomatic immunity, so you try and do anything to Doom in his country, it could be an invitation to war. But also, he has an almost endless supply, or might as well say an endless supply, because he's never run out, an endless supply of robotic replicas of himself. So you know in the Iron Man Age of Ultron, where Iron Man had like the Iron Legion and all of those bots that were, you know, AI controlled and everything. Doom has that. Now, pair all of that of Doom with his brand new magic ability. He can essentially be able to imbue all of his own robots with magical power on top of them being incredibly... You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Victor Von Doom. So let's just go over here. Let's just go over here. And attributes. We're just going to go all the way down to his capabilities, so you know exactly how dangerous he is. Let's see. Attributes. Was introduced to the mystic arts by his mother, who was of Romanian Latvian blood. He further developed his abilities by traveling through time and learning lost dark arts from individuals such as Morgan Le Fay. You know, the arch rival of Merlin. You know, one of the greatest magical beings to exist in all sorts of folklore. After Doctor Strange stepped down as the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, Doom was amongst the candidates considered suitable to replace him. This was before Strange gave him the mantle because of Blood Hunt. However, the majority of his powers came from the Hazareth III, and upon angering them, most of his sorcery was removed and he was trapped in hell, as punishment. While they enhanced his powers, he could achieve the following: the mystical bolts, mystical force fields, invoke entities, spellcasting, field reversing, summoning, teleportation, dimensional travel, mystical ensnaring, mystical portals, healing, banishment, time travel, power absorption, and elemental manipulation, along with telekinesis and power nullification. This is what he could do when he was enhanced by an outside source. Now he's going to be able to do even more because he has the powers of Doctor Strange. And he's also a super genius. Most dangerous weapon is his intellect. He is one of the top mortal minds on the planet. He even cured Ben Grimm of his thing form, something that Reed Richards could not do. Dr. Doom's time platform is one of numerous inventions. Others include devices that can imbue people with powers and many types of robots. He often uses Doombots, exact mechanical replicas of himself. They look like him, talk like him, and even act like him. Individually, Doombots have an advanced AI so that each one believes itself to be the real Doom. As a safety measure, each Doombot has a dampener program that is triggered whenever the real Doom or another Doombot is nearby. These body doubles appear when Doom cannot be present or is unwilling to risk his own life, and are often responsible for Doom's seeming return from certain death. The dude has an endless amount of robot clones. So if we go over to Doombots, you literally can make a Muso game out of this. Just an endless wave of Doombots. They are designed with psionic disguising circuitry that is capable of fooling low-level telepaths into accepting them as the real Dr. Doom. AI program makes them believe themselves to be the real Doom except when they are in the presence of Doom or another Doombot. They were created to replace Doom whenever he cannot be present at a situation or whenever he does not want to risk his own life. So if we go down to the powers and abilities of it, robotic construction providing them an armor and general immunity to mental, emotional, and illusion attacks, although they are susceptible to machinery affecting and psionic attacks that can disrupt their logic functions. So they have concussive weapons, energy projection, force lightning, jetpacks so they can fly, parabolic hearing aids, self-repairing, electric discharges, other weapons that includes like missile launchers, sleeping gas, firearms, etc. infrared scanners, self-assembly, basically can build themselves. They can literally rebuild themselves. Self-destructs, brain scan, different models, combat, fighting Doombots, diplomat Doombots, Mecha Dooms, Doom Patrol. And these are just an endless wave of bots that he's created. Let me see. Another common type of bot used is a servo guard, the police force of Latveria. Doom specializes in all levels of physics, robotics, cybernetics, genetics, material science, weapons technology, biochemistry, and time travel. He has natural talents for leadership, strategy, politics, and manipulation, which is why he is so good at leading his own country that you cannot just roll up to Doom without a plan. The dude is literally smart enough to outthink almost everyone around him. You need a plan you need a backup plan for the backup plan and a backup plan for that backup plan, just in case Doom mows through every single one of them. Let's see. He was taught under leading roboticist Dr. Kronos. He has been shown as a prodigious electrical and mechanical engineer admired by Tony Stark, an inspired theoretician with extensive knowledge of parallel universes and dimensions, and even a practiced neurosurgeon, having surgically separated Hulk from Bruce Banner. And this was back in Incredible Hulk number 5. His knowledge extends to virtually any scientific field, and his mind is said to work as fast as a sophisticated computer. Doom's knowledge of magic enhances his scientific brilliance. The time platform is a result of combining the two skills. Doom's consciousness was vast and powerful enough to download a planet's worth of data. So one of the most threatening things about Doom is his mind. Now, this is the same Doom that's causing all of this mess to happen in Marvel's Rivals, because there are two Dooms who are collaborating with each other that are causing two parallel universes to clash and just jack up the time stream. So, yeah.
From what I hear about this Doom character, I don't think I'm gonna like him very much.
Call me a raccoon. We're gonna have a problem. Y'all a bunch of deadweights. I can do this myself. This looks like a gig for the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Friends have saved my life far more times than weapons. Even so, it's always nice to have a couple of weapons.
Can't
Once
argue
we
with
get
that.
this timeline thing sorted out, I'm taking a long vacation somewhere with lots of stuff to steal.
Long as I got bullets, I win. Ow! That fucking hurt!
Hey, mind if I join you, pal?
It's you and me again, old buddy. Hey, nice view from up here. I'll patch you up. More bad guys. Just what we need. In your face.
What kind of person makes nests of explosive spiders?
Someone scratch my back.
You ain't got rid of me yet.
You're ready for action.
Are there seriously people who don't like revenge?
Got them!
You got them all!
Only one
Double
rocket gets to
kill!
make beacons. Me. Somebody else could have stepped up. Yeah, that's right. I got them all.
You think you can take from me?
You had your chances.
Those guys are about to shoot at us.
That must be really humiliating.
This is way more fun than it should be. Racking them up. Who are you calling a raccoon, huh? Are we winning? I know I'm having a great time.
You got
Yo,
them
CJ.
This Guardian phony.
You lost. To me. Put them down so they stay down. Did you see that? Woo-hoo-hoo.
Be right.
My good deed for the day. Team player. That's me.
I'm gonna head out. Got a bad tension headache today. Kitty, get some rest. Get some rest. I'll see you in the next one. Y'all take care of yourself.
See? I'm flarkin' helpful.
I'm gonna take their flarkin' home. Done. What's next? Do we even have a plan?
All right, so that was Rocket. That was Rocket. Now we go to Storm.
What does Krakoa have to say about Doom and the time stream entanglement?
Chronovium has driven Krakoa insane. We have to figure it out on our own. Cataclysm makes for strange allies, doesn't it?
It has a way of stripping away our assumptions, yes?
That's not what I mean.
Oh, I think it is.
So, your Wakanda has gone galactic.
What? Is the one here still stuck on Earth? I'll have to do something about that.
I think there are other priorities first.
I know that most mutants aren't exact.
Yeah, about Black Panther and his kingdom, yeah, Black Panther's kingdom of Wakanda, has expanded to space. It's no longer just Earthbound. And that's something that Godjiel has informed me of. Because Godjiel, he keeps up with the comics a lot more than I do. He reads them a lot more than I do, and he informs me of a whole bunch of things that are currently happening in Marvel. Yeah, Black Panther's entire kingdom has expanded from Earth into space. Let me see here. Let me see. Now you just know that you'll be asked to do some of these voices and lines in the near future, Kyushu, even if it's just for me. I figured I would be. It will allow me to stretch my vocal cords. I look forward to this.
I think there are other priorities first.
I know that most mutants aren't exactly fond of me, but I promise you.
Our troubled past is not my primary concern right now, Wanda. It is the future that has me worried.
Then let me fight for it by your side, Ororo. If we can heal the universe, perhaps there's hope.
The battle starts in 5.
Try and keep yourself under control, Wanda.
Control chaos? You really don't understand.
Well, well, the mutant goddess of Krakoa. It's been a while.
The ascension to godhood can be achieved by worship and belief. But you...
Oh, no. I'm an Asgardian, dear. I was born a god.
So you didn't earn it.
The battle starts in 5.
I have to say, I'm inspired to fight with you, Prince of Lies.
No, you're not. You're lying.
Good. Remember that.
Ororo, I sense a strong magical lineage within you.
There were indeed witches and mages among my ancestors, Stephen.
Everything most decidedly does not happen for a reason.
What is it like in Limbo now?
Hard to tell any difference. Limbo's always kind of scrambled.
And Belasco? Plotting, I assume?
Always. He wants into this world. Badly. When I was little, I was taught that power corrupts only if you allow it.
Quite true, Ileana. Who taught you that?
You did, Ororo. A different you, a different place. Storm, hope you brought your heaviest weather.
Manifest your soul sword and let's get going.
How do you contain such vast energy as the weather?
If I tried to contain it, I wouldn't last long. I channel it.
Yes, it is the same with me and life energy.
And then when you unleash the power, there's nothing like that in the world.
She's not kidding, though. Storm is broken beyond belief. She is an Omega level mutant for a reason. Because if you think that Storm's capabilities are only concern weather on Earth, you would be dead wrong. Storm is capable of controlling all manner of weather phenomena, even if there are weather phenomena that happen in space. If it has storm attached to it, like, I don't know, sandstorm, snowstorm, rainstorm, thunderstorm, lightning storm, whatever storm it is, or even as far as a cosmic storm, she is capable of manipulating that. Her capabilities are broken enough to where she was able to make even Thor bleed because of her capabilities are vast. Matter of fact, let me go to Ororo Monroe. That's such a nice name, Ororo Monroe. I would do anything for a Marvel RPG that lets... If we got a Marvel RPG that was like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I would be happy. I would be so happy. Let's see. Speaking of Wanda, that's another thing. I wish they go back on retcon something soon, maybe. Are you referring to her being like the daughter of Magneto or something else entirely? So here it is. Storm is an Omega level mutant able to control the weather and atmosphere and is considered to be one of the most powerful mutants in the universe. Not the world, the universe. Universe. You know how big the universe is? Basically endless. Yeah. In fact, Storm's inherent raw power and potential has been stated to be nigh infinite, or even incalculable. She is one of the most powerful black women in the entire Marvel universe. Oh! One of the primary sources of her powers on Earth is the electromagnetic field, but it's not the only thing. That's why I said one of the primary. Storm's power is also mystical in nature, owing to her descent from a long line of sorceresses, which eventually facilitated her apotheosis into a goddess through the worship of the people of Wakanda. So, her main power is atmokinesis, one of the most powerful mutants on Earth, and has demonstrated a plethora of abilities, most of which are facets of her power to manipulate the weather. Storm possesses the psionic ability to control all forms of weather. She has been able to control both earthly and extraterrestrial ecosystems on several occasions. Yes, the daughter of Magneto thing in the mutant aspect. So you want it to be where she's not so do you want her to be so you're saying you want her to be a daughter of Magneto and to be a mutant and not to be an individual that was, experimented on by the high evolutionaries? Is that what you mean? Because if so, I can understand it, because everyone just attributes Wanda to just being like a mutant from birth that had very high aptitude for chaos magic. And also her being Magneto's daughter. So if that's what you mean, I can see it. She can modify the temperature of the environment, control all forms of precipitation, humidity, and moisture at a molecular level. How do you have that much control to control something? What happened to the volume? What you mean? I didn't mess with anything. I didn't mess with anything. I did not touch anything at all. It still seems to be fine, though. It still seems to be fine. Yeah, I didn't mess with anything. I didn't move my mic or anything. I'm projecting, so if my volume gets kind of low, it might be me, but I didn't touch anything at all. I didn't touch anything at all. She can modify the temperature of the environment, control all forms of precipitation, humidity, and moisture at a molecular level, generate lightning and other electromagnetic atmospheric phenomena, and has demonstrated excellent control over atmospheric pressure. She can incite all forms of meteorological tempests such as tornadoes, thunderstorms, blizzards, and hurricanes, as well as mist. She can dissipate such weather to form clear skies as well. She can also control the very fundamental forces that determine weather itself anywhere, like the planet's magnetic fields, taking control of the magnetosphere on multiple occasions. Her precise control over the atmosphere allows her to create special weather effects. She can create precipitation at higher or lower altitudes than normal, make whirlwinds travel pointing lengthwise in any direction, channel ambient electromagnetism through her body to generate electrical blasts, flash freeze objects and people, coalesce atmospheric pollutants into acid rain or toxic fog, and, along with her natural ability of flight, summon wind currents strong enough to support her way to elevate herself or others to fly at high altitudes and speeds. Her control is so great that she can even manipulate the air in a person's lungs. You see, that's when you stop messing with this person who is capable of manipulating the very air in your lungs. Cause I like breathing. I like breathing naturally without anything affecting me. I'm just saying, I like being able to breathe naturally. I'm not gonna mess with somebody who can manipulate the air in my lungs. I could be breathing in and then all of a sudden the air is just gone. It's like Zahir killing the Earth Kingdom Queen during Legend of Korra, just literally just trapped her head in an air bubble and then just ripped the air from her lungs and kept air from getting in her lungs until she basically just died from asphyxiation. Nah, I ain't messing with that person. She can also control the pressure inside the human ear, an ability she uses to cause intense pain. She can also bend light using moisture in the air and her manipulation of mist and fog to appear partly partially transparent, and in some case, nearly invisible. So not only can she also make herself invisible, but she can also take the air out of your lungs or cause intense pain by putting pressure inside your ears. No, I'm good. I'm not messing. I'm not messing with her. No one should. No one should.
Okay, confession time. Around you, I feel kind of inferior. I mean, you can do everything I can do and so much more.
Ah, but you can also do things I cannot.
Right. Like what?
Have you ever seen me heal anyone?
You're my favorite, you know?
Favorite what?
Superhero. As a role model, I mean. Did you really go time traveling with Krakoa?
I did. And as soon as we fix what Doom did, I'm going back.
Wait, you've got elemental powers too? Oh, that's awesome. Hey, you should try out my guns.
I have no need for weapons. Nature's full fury is mine to command.
That's a scary thing to hear from somebody. I don't need weapons. I can literally manipulate nature's fury at my whim. She doesn't need to use weapons. She doesn't need to infuse a weapon with her powers. She literally can just command the elements themselves. You got people out there using swords, using guns, big old turrets and everything. Punisher is the anomaly in this group because he's the only person that's just using guns. No. Also, we need to look into Sue Storm as well, because I haven't looked into Sue Storm lately to see. Because remember, CJ, we had a discussion to see if Sue Storm had any recent power upgrades for her time in the Fantastic Four. Because all I know of is her being able to go invisible and create constructs that can be partially visible or just straight up invisible as well. So we need to look into Sue Storm when we get the chance.
Same. I mean, well, not its full fury. I mean, it's a tiny bit of fury, and I don't really command it. I just pull the trigger and hope
The battle starts in 5,
close enough, right?
4.
Whatever happened to the world, I am going to help fix it. Cross timelines make for strange allies. Who do we trust? Somewhere in the world is a little girl like I once was. I fight for
30
her.
seconds.
I can feel the currents and electricity in my veins. You don't have to be humble to be a hero. I'm not. When you have been powerless, having power means something. Krakoa brought mutants together, so here we must make our stand. Mutants must protect mutants, but also all of humanity. In times like these, people with power must be at their best. I have been a street urchin and regent of the solar system, but I am always Aurora. If these worlds come apart, countless people will die. I must stop it. Doom, both Dooms, will answer for their crimes. I am a mutant, and proud to be one. Poor Wanda, lost in the immensity of her power. Even gods fall. They've spotted us! No pleasure in that, but it had to be done. Couldn't stand the weather. You're thunderstruck. Feel the thunder. Thunderbolt! Good hunting. You're in my storm! You rode the lightning. Feel the wrath of the goddess! I see I have made an impact. Blew them away. Be swift. An old enemy, vanquished at last. Ride the winds! I bring thunder. They couldn't weather the storm. Go with the wind. How could it come to fighting T'Challa? Who is next? You're mine. This fight is over. Empathize with that. Have a tailwind. I see them. Faster, my friends. Speed is everything. Be strong. Let's end this quick.
All right, we got to go back and move on to the Punisher. Okay. Nah, Storm.
Castle,
Storm,
can
she
you
scares
please punish less? You stress me out.
Don't worry. I'm ready for the Hulk.
And that's...
No one is ready for the Hulk. No one is ready for the Hulk. See, and I read this comment from someone where I was watching something concerning the Hulk. I think it was Hulk versus Wolverine. And someone said, you could have all the power in the world, and you can hit Hulk as much as you want, have the speed to blitz him, and land hundreds upon hundreds of blows against the Hulk, but the Hulk only has to hit you once. That's funny to me. You can hit Hulk as many times as you want to, but Hulk only has to hit you once. That's all it takes for you to understand that you are not fighting something that you can comprehend. You are fighting something that will endlessly get stronger so that the next time he hits you, you are just that closer to death. Not closer to him getting tired, closer to you dying. No one is ready for the Hulk.
You stress me out.
Don't worry, I'm ready for the Hulk.
And that's why I'm stressed out.
Think you're fast enough to stop a high-velocity round aimed straight between your eyes, old-timer?
Why would I have to be? I've already disabled the internal mechanisms on all of your weapons.
What the?
Now, play nice, and perhaps I'll put your toys back together for you.
Where'd you get the mech?
It was
See, it's Frank's fault for thinking that he could talk to Magneto, you know, the master of magnetism, and think that he could threaten him. Remember that story I told you when I was playing Stellar Blade? It was during like that one stream of Stellar Blade we were doing, and we had to help out what's her name? I forgot her name. What is it? Lily? Emily? I forget her name. But I told you that Magneto's powers have grown to such a state where he was capable of crushing people in their armor faster than their suit could send a signal to any machines that were going to, you know, release this gas in these chambers and this was because of Orcus stealing a whole bunch of mutants and Magneto coming back from the dead after having his heart ripped out, coming back from the dead. And his powers have increased to the point where he crushed people in their suits before their suits could send any electrical signals at all. So yeah, Magneto, the fact that he was able to crush people in their suits faster than the electrical signals could be sent to them or to their suits just shows you that this man is faster than bullets. Which means that Frank ain't got nothing that Magneto can't already destroy, disrupt, or just use against him. So, and I know it's a video game, but, you know, it's funny to see a person who uses metallic weapons try and talk down to an individual who can control all metal. So it's kind of funny.
my dad's.
Toys back together for you.
Where'd you get the mech?
It was my dad's. He died piloting it, and then I took over.
You know who killed him?
I don't want to talk about revenge. I just want to carry on his work.
Hey, I'm watching you. Make one move I don't like, and I'm dropping you on the spot.
Ooh, a threat. How exciting.
You're a shooter, like me.
There's no shooter like me, buddy.
Never figured I'd have something in common with a talking raccoon.
Hey, I like your firearms. Never thought I'd find someone with the same taste on this backward planet.
Yeah? What do you got in your trash can?
Let's see. Ion turret, photon reaction chain gun, mini black hole.
War journal entry. This world is officially sick.
The battle starts in
raccoon's
5,
got better guns
4.
than me.
Hey, I saw that turret thing you do. How much you want for it?
Not for sale.
Let me see. Which of Storm's potential children from her various pairings would have the most potential? For example, Tempest, Logan, and Aurora, or her son with T'Challa, or etc. I figure a pairing between Storm and another individual who also has regeneration, I figure that would kind of be busted. Think about it. Regeneration in and of itself is already an overpowered ability. Oh no, this man had his arm blown completely off. No, never mind, it's regrowing back. If it were to reach Deadpool levels of regeneration, then he would not only be unkillable, but he could also have the powers of Storm, endlessly regenerating, and also being able to control the weather as well. So that pairing, if it was Logan, if it was Wolverine and Storm, it would be an overpowered mix. So I think that would be more dangerous.
What, are you kidding? Everything's for sale.
Maybe for other people, not for me. At least I know I can trust you.
Well, that's a one-way street.
Wow, you look tough.
You look like you belong in high school. What are you?
a famous singer.
I don't listen to music. I punish criminals.
Well, we are in the right place for that. Let's go.
Yeah, he may not listen to music, but punishing criminals is his jam, though.
Who's got better guns now? Looks like bullets break your magic. You made a bad choice, kid. Stay away from Earth. I've seen a lot of stuff I never signed up for in Special Forces. Different battlefield, same war. 2 dooms, huh? Target-rich environment. A bad guy is a bad guy. No real difference between any of them. Anything that increases my firepower, I like. I'll make them pay. I like the future. It has kick-ass ordnance. Justice, pure and simple. Down and out. Bogeys incoming. I'm hunkering down. Targets down. Heads up, hostiles. You made your last mistake. Free fire zone. More scum scraped off. Another bump in the road. New entry in the war journal. Bad choices have bad consequences. So weak. Smoke up. Judge, jury, executioner! Blaze of glory. Scourge grenade. Burn in hell. Heavy weapons. I'm in love. Night-night, mope. Bullseye. Need some ranged firepower. Lights out for scum. Knocking them down. That's a full fist.
So, real quick, when he does his ultimate where he can just bring up 2 Gatling guns and a whole missile pod on his back, it reminds me of, anyone ever play Earth Defense Force? It's a game, it's a bit of a cheesy game with a ton of jank, but it's also one of the most fun games out there, where you're just fighting an endless wave of giant bugs, like giant spiders, giant ants, don't tell Kitty about the spiders part, and you have this one class that I think is called the Enforcer, where it's just a person clad in very, very heavy armor, and they just essentially they can have, like, big guns on their arms or a big missile pod on their back as well. So Punisher kind of reminded me of those enforcers from Earth Defense Force. Senior, good to see you. Punisher has the hardest lines. Yes, he does. He does. His line about saying, like, "Oh, don't worry, I can take care of the Hulk." And I'm thinking, no, you can't. You cannot. You cannot. But that was the Punisher. Onwards to Hela, goddess of death.
No one escapes the inevitable.
I don't care. No mutant shall ever end up in your domain again.
So you say. But even a living island will meet its end, eventually.
My people look forward to the afterlife.
Too bad I can't have you in my realm, little king.
My soul is expected by my ancestors in Dijalia, where we will sprint with Bast forever.
Dijalia. Few mortals are so adept at wielding chaos magic. You have caught my attention, witch.
Should I take that as a compliment or a warning?
I wish you no ill, but all souls eventually belong to Hela. I will be counting the days until yours
The battle
is
starts in
mine.
5.
No one escapes hell.
Oh, I did. Several times. Lovely torture machines.
Remember, Loki, no one breaks a bargain with me twice.
That means I get to do it once.
What an exasperating fool you are when you try to make a joke. King Loki. You're yet to deliver what was promised.
And I shall, your unholiness, right after I have my time to rule.
You'll soon find time is meaningless in the afterlife. What manner of creature are you?
None of your business.
When you enter my realm, I will know everything.
I'm never coming anywhere near your flarkin' realm. You can count on that.
One sorcerer to another. What's the source of your power?
I am no sorcerer. I am a goddess.
I'd still like to know.
And you will. One day when you enter my realm. I've met many Supremes before, Strange. What makes you so special?
Because I'm a doctor, I pull people from your grip for a living. Also, I charge a lot.
Are you, like, really the goddess of the underworld?
Why? Would you like a tour? I warn you, entering is easier than leaving. The souls of the worthy may find their way to Valhalla, but all are welcome in my realm. All the 10 realms and much beyond would lie easily within Niflheim's borders. Among Asgardians, Loki has cleverness and Thor courage, but only I the vision to seize the future. Living is so overrated. To rule the afterlife is to rule everyone, eventually. My powers, practically infinite. Slightly less so on Midgard, Earth. My hell is not a burning pit. It's a realm of trials. Hell is my realm, but soon it will not be the only one. What Loki has begun in Asgard, I will complete. Brian Banner sends his regards.
No! No! Okay, so Brian Banner had a significant impact on Hulk's life during the events of Immortal Hulk, because Brian Banner's, the illusion of Brian Banner was essentially being used to manipulate Banner, and with the help of the one below all, into opening up the green door and allowing the one to be below all to take over Hulk completely and then just enter into the real world. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. So her referencing Brian Banner of all people, because Brian Banner in his past, when he was alive, is partially the reason why Banner suffers from split personalities. The constant abuse that Brian subjected his son to is essentially the reason why we have so many different versions of the Hulk. Grey Hulk, Savage Hulk, Childlike Hulk, Mindless Hulk, Professor Hulk, and all these different Hulks that we have right now as a result of the split personalities brought about by the trauma brought about by Bruce Banner's father. So, yeah. I love the detail that they have of this. Clearly, they've read all of the Immortal Hulk series for them to, even have that reference and not just like say it in passing.
My way out of this, Loki. Be careful what you wish for, little king. I want your soul. Enemies, perfect. Why bother? A brief taste of hell. No escape from hell. Endless battle means ever-increasing hell. Here's this life. The legions of hell are beyond counting. Who could fight the goddess of hell? Strike deep, soul piercer. Resistance is futile. Another soul to join my legions. Find that soul. Hell unleashed! I bring hell down on their heads. An opportunity for combat. When I rise, they fall. Time is up. I am the goddess all the other gods fear. As expected, a dagger to the heart tends to end things. Those blades are sharp indeed. Feast, my crows. 3 more souls. Who would claim one of these 5 I have won?
Alright. So that's all of Hela's dialogue. Whew. So good. Now let's move on to magic.
Something has changed in you, Ilyana. You're not the innocent child I once knew.
Rule the demonic hordes of Limbo for long enough, and they're bound to rub off on you.
I think I'll just take your word on that one. You don't want to side with Apocalypse. He'd be...
Hold on. Too bad they have literally butchered Frank in the comics recently. Sure, he occasionally needed some humbling, but what they did was just ridiculous. What did they do to Punisher in the comics? I don't keep up with a whole bunch of comics. Like I said, Godjill keeps up with it more than I do, but what did they do to Frank? What happened to Frank? Last I heard, he was able to, like, use a little form of magic and, command blades and stuff. Or am I thinking of Red Hood when he was able to make spirit swords or whatever? What happened to Frank? What happened to Frank? I still need to look up Sue Storm. Abilities. Oh. Oh. I never read up on her abilities. What you mean, Invisible Woman received her powers when cosmic rays bombarded her body? Mr. Fantastic theorizes that Sue Storm's powers are vibrational energy from the higher dimension of hyperspace, home of the Celestials. As yet, the only limit seems to be her own reserve. She is reluctant to stretch her powers until absolutely necessary. Hyperstorm stated that Sue barely scratches the surface of her true potential powers. She is capable of creation and destruction. Really now? Yo, CDs, what's going on? What's the topic? We are checking out dialogue from different characters in Marvel Rivals, and we're looking at the different interactions of these heroes. Yeah, we're looking at the different interactions of all of these heroes, and we've already gone through Rocket, Storm, Punisher, and Hela. We still have a whole bunch to go through. But I was just looking up the powers of Sue Storm from the Fantastic Four, and yeah, she has invisibility and light manipulation, psionic hyperspace force fields. Ooh. While the cells of the Invisible Woman's body produce a certain energy manifestation, the cells of her brain produce a different, more potent manifestation. Through concentration, she is able to project an invisible field of psionic force drawn from hyperspace, which she can manipulate into a number of relatively simple forms: rectangular planes, cylinders, globes, domes, cones, etc. The complexity of the shape is limited by her ability to imagine, mentally visualize, a particular form and keep it in sharp mental focus. The size of a given psionic force projection is also limited by her ability to imagine. The smallest force projection she can visualize and maintain is approximately 1 millimeter in diameter, sufficient to block blood vessels or press on nerves without damaging the surrounding tissue. Sue is like Scar from Full Metal Alchemist, but much, much, much more powerful. I believe it! I believe it! The fact that she's capable of creating a projection that can block blood vessels, that's already dangerous. Or press on nerves in the body. All it takes is just one projection to go into like your left or right ventricle, and then that's it. You either have a heart attack or you die. Let me see. Or nerves without damaging the surrounding tissue. The largest solid force projection she can visualize and maintain is about 100 feet in diameter. She can project larger force objects if they are hollow. For example, she could visualize and project a dome 1 foot thick about a mile in diameter, and a dome 1 inch thick she can project for about 3.5 miles. Small objects at high speeds become missiles, large objects at slow speeds become rams. She can make these objects grow or shrink as desired. At times, Sue is able to project a force field large enough to cover an entire negative zone's planet for an extended period of time. She can also create more complex constructs out of her force field, such as stairs, weapons, and other complex objects. She can see her force fields through the interaction of ambient cosmic rays in the atmosphere with her unique optic structure, which also allows her to perceive objects rendered invisible by any method. Good lord, this is a long list! I didn't know it was this extensive. Ooh, hold on. Sue's force field is not a form of matter, as it is not composed of particles, atoms, or molecules, therefore unaffected by matter manipulation, making it impossible for intangible density abilities to pass through the field. When Sue projects her force field around the Red Ghost when he was in an intangible state, he automatically becomes solid. So her force fields cannot be manipulated by anyone because it's not made of anything that anyone is naturally able to manipulate. Her powers are immune to matter manipulation. You cannot stop her constructs. I always wondered who gave those four their powers. It was a cosmic storm. They were affected by a cosmic storm in space, and they all gained different powers. Reed Richards gained the power of being able to stretch. Sue Storm gained the power of invisibility, and Sue Storm gained the power of invisibility and the ability to create invisible force fields and constructs. Ben Grimm gained a superhuman rock-like orange body. And of course, Johnny Storm gained the power to produce fire and, you know, become fire itself. Storm, Invisible Woman can give you aneurysms with their powers. They can. When Sue's force field can be made airtight by her to either provide life support or suffocate her targets. Scary. While the field naturally interacts with matter forms, it is also able to interact with non-matter forms. The force fields are able to nullify the effects of psychic ability. This was shown when she used a force field around herself to keep Jean Grey's telekinesis from affecting her. The force field made it impossible for Jean to attack her with telekinesis. Now, the reason why this is significant is because Jean Grey is one of the most powerful telekinetic users in Marvel, period. So for her powers of telekinesis, which is already vast, to be rendered pretty much just null and void against Sue Storm, nah, Sue's powers are just built different. And you know, given the fact that her abilities to create these constructs essentially comes from the domain of the Celestials themselves, that does not surprise me. Force field made it impossible for Jean to attack her with telekinesis. When Sue puts a force field around Jean, her telekinetic attack on various other people in the immediate vicinity ceased. Sue also demonstrated a similar ability when facing Psylord, a grown version of her son Franklin. He was unable to read her mind while her force field was up. Redirect psychic attacks with her force field directed it back to its user. Using her force field to bend light to catch ambient visible light to create a makeshift low-intensity torch or flashlight composed of suspended light. So you can shine a flashlight into one of her constructs, and her constructs will hold the light inside of it, giving her her own little flashlight that she can use. This ability extends to bending sunlight's visible ultraviolet rays with a force field an inch before they reach her, rendering her immune to sunburn. Oh great, she never has to put on sunscreen when she goes outside because she can just naturally deflect the UV rays off of her body. She's the only person in existence that has a normal human body in terms of like skin where she will never get sunburned because her powers deflect that. Deflect and contain magic-based attacks such as spell or pure cosmic energies with her force field. Sue can create a vacuum to reduce heat transfer to the field that can then also be weaponized to create vacuum inside the lungs of a person, as Susan stated. Despite naturally permeable to sound waves, Sue can keep they need to edit this because Sue is lowercase, can keep the vibration around the outer side of the field, thus make the force field to be soundproof. This is useful enough to block high-frequency sounds such as ultrasonic, and also makes it so that she's capable of having private conversations with people and no one knowing. So not only does she have the capabilities of Bartolomeo from One Piece, but she also has the powers of Rocinante from One Piece, combined together! And also the powers of Absalom and Shiryu of the Ring. Sue's force field is also able to interact with other fields of force such as gravity. A full enclosed force field of Sue is able to nullify gravity's effects. So no tan lines? No. No tan lines whatsoever. It's also perfectly surmised in that one theme song from the 90s Fantastic cartoon, although things part was a bit simplified to a high degree. Yeah. Sensing electromagnetic fields as small as it's produced by brains. So she can sense electromagnetic fields that are produced by the brain. Like the small synapses that go off in your brain, she can sense that. Also sense force fields made by other means outside of her power, bypassed and canceled them. By allowing her own psionic energy field to interact with other psionic energy fields, she can track those psionic energy sources, over great distances or snare and redirect psionic energies active in her general vicinity. She can increase the amount of force used in an object while simultaneously decreasing its field, which is strong enough to pull the objects towards its center that eventually collapse into a singularity. I'm sorry, she can make mini black holes with her powers? Literally, Increase the amount of force used in an object while simultaneously decreasing its field. She can make black holes! Or at least a form of a black hole. Since her power is an extension of her mind and body, the Invisible Woman is affected by inertial forces acting upon her projections. Thus, if a car traveling at 60 miles per hour hit a wall of her force that was 6 inches thick, unless she generated a bracing shape against a sufficiently sturdy object, she would be affected as though she was hit by the car directly. So there's a trade-off for this. As she has grown in use of her powers, let me see here. When she creates objects of field that are at the limit of her ability to mentally visualize, they tend to be resilient rather than rigid. As she has grown in the use of her powers, currently these fields can withstand impacts of class 100 strength, a literal astronomical level. The Fantastic Four, Dr. Doom, and Annihilus once survived passage through a black hole by using these fields and some help from the Cosmic Control Rod. Capable of generating and manipulating multiple sonic force fields simultaneously, and the fields are capable of briefly enduring blasts from the Mad, Celestials, and Galactus. Nah, scary. Scary. These women are scary. These women are scary. Sue can probably solo all of One Piece? Yeah, a lot of people in this lineup can solo the One Piece universe.
Be worse than Dracula.
But would he be worse than...
Don't want to...
Down to rub off on you.
I think I'll just take your word on that one. You don't want to side with Apocalypse. He'd be worse than Dracula.
But would he be worse than Khonshu?
Okay, new rule. How about we steer clear of all would-be tyrants?
You on the side of the good guys this time?
I am on the side of the mutants, as always.
Fancy seeing you off the island, old man.
I hope you brought your legions with you, Ilyana.
Demons? I never leave home without them.
Good, for the time has come to fight fire with hellfire.
If Doom was a friend to mutants, but destroyed the timeline, what would you do?
I am too world-weary to engage hypotheticals, Ilyana. The battle before us is enough. Come to Krakoa, Ilyana. War is coming, and we could use your sword.
That's the thing, Magneto. You reduce me to a weapon, and make everything about your war.
What could matter more than mutant survival?
Let's circle back after we defeat Doom and put space-time back in its bottle.
The battle starts in 5.
Have you ever considered, not scheming to usurp the throne of Asgard?
I consider many things, but not that.
Seriously? You never thought about letting it go?
Asgard will be mine, if it takes an egomaniac mortal destroying timelines.
The battle starts in 5.
Velasco said I should stay away from you. He really hates you.
He should. Also, I see you're not taking his advice.
I don't really let people, or demons, tell me what to do.
Ilyana, dear, remember you're more than welcome in the Sanctorum.
Aren't you worried about my dark side anymore, Stephen?
I am, but books and tea will teach you how to cope with it. They worked for me.
A fire burns inside you.
That's literally true.
Is it? I just meant the feeling I could sense.
Watch me fight and you'll see.
What is it like in Limbo now?
Hard to tell any difference. Limbo's always kind of scrambled.
And Velasco? Plotting, I assume?
Always. He wants into this world. Badly. When I was little, I was taught that...
Wait, is she the queen of Limbo right now? She's always been the queen. There has been very little opposition to remove her from the throne. She is the ruler of Limbo in Marvel. The absolute ruler. Loki got a Loki, as the show and comics have shown. Yeah, even if the timelines are being threatened, this man has conquering Asgard on his mind all the time.
Power corrupts only if you allow it.
Quite true, Ilyana. Who taught you that?
You did, Aurora. A different you, a different place. Storm, hope you brought your heaviest weather.
Manifest your soul sword and let's get going.
It's pretty exciting to partner up with one of the real X-Men. A dream come true.
This isn't a pop song, Luna. Real life is complicated.
Love your sword, but don't melt my ice.
It's not actual fire, it's soul fire.
That's too awesome.
My brother and I are about as different as we could be. I forged my sword with my very soul. There's no spell it cannot cut through. I try to embrace what I've experienced. My strife has given me strength. I was an ordinary mutant girl, until my soul got put through a demonic blender. Whew, a web that size must have a gigantic spider in the middle. You don't know me. A shame, but you will.
All right, let's move on to Mantis. I said move on to Mantis.
Hulk, is there something on your mind?
There we go.
Can I help?
Yes, Cricket Lady, go ahead, please.
Gladly. Oh, there is something else in you. Something unnatural. Are you angry?
Real quick, her addressing that there's something else in Hulk, and she's responding with terror, this is giving reference to Titan, the Hulk form of Hulk. So you know how we have Banner, and he can transform into the Hulk. Hulk can transform into something even worse. It's called Titan. It's like 30 feet tall. It looks like it's basically one of the... You ever seen the movie Hercules from Disney? And it has that one Titan that looks like it's a giant walking volcano. Well, actually, you know what? It's probably best if I show you what Titan looks like. Let me show you what Titan looks like and why Titan as an individual is a threat to all of existence. So let's go to Incarnations. So of course we have Bruce Banner, Savage, Child Hulk, Grey Hulk, Joe Fixit, Merge Hulk, the Professor, the unnamed Hulk that was when he resurrected. We have, and this is Titan. Let me give you a full image. This is Titan. This is the Hulk form of the Hulk. And during his Immortal Hulk run, not Immortal Hulk, but Starship Hulk, where Banner decided to split his mind and turn it into like its own spaceship, where he was in the control seat and he had the Hulk's persona locked inside the engine room of his mindscape that would allow Banner to have the full access of Hulk's strength, but you had Banner Smarts that was operating all of this. Titan and maybe even the Immortal Hulk too. I want to say that Titan is the thing that she's referring to, because Immortal Hulk, that's just a different, that's essentially the Devil Hulk. But Titan comes to mind as this big giant force. So let me see here. Through a green door, Despair was given a speck of power from an infantile leader, which he planted inside Banner's mind. After Banner took control of his subconscious using magic, a new malicious persona emerged, seized control of Bruce, and destroyed El Paso, Texas. This turned Bruce against the Hulk, imprisoning the Savage Hulk in his mindscape and taking over the Hulk. Impersonating Betty Ross, the persona seized control of Spaceship Hulk and caused the Hulk to mutate into a monstrous form dubbed Titan. Out of desperation, Bruce unleashed the Savage Hulk, who defeated the entity before Bruce re-imprisoned him. Despite his defeat, the Titan survived and continued to communicate with Banner in the guise of Betty Ross. The Titan was able to take control of the Hulk again by disguising himself as Brian Banner to psychologically mess with Bruce before trapping him in the room where he kept the Savage Hulk. The Titan is able to infect others with Banner's rage, causing them to lose control as well as take control of Banner's body and give him unnatural strength without the need to transform. When the Titan was in control of Hulk, Hulk grew to at least 30 feet in height, and his skin became black with rock-like protrusions jut from his shoulders that erupted energy. At his maximum rage, Hulk could unleash optic blasts. Literally unleash gamma radiation rays of death from his eyes. The Titan could also kill other gamma mutates by sucking out their gamma energy. So you know how the Red Hulk is capable of draining people of gamma radiation and being able to emit gamma radiation as well? Hulk was capable of doing that to a much grander scale, to the point where he literally could kill people with that. Titan could do that. The Titan is currently dormant inside Bruce, but could awaken in the future. Those are scary words to hear. He could be he's around, but he's imprisoned, but he could definitely come back. So yeah, when Mantis is talking about I sense something else in you, something unnatural, it's not the Devil Hulk. It's not the Devil Hulk. It's not the one below all that's manipulating him. That's Titan, because they reference Titan even more, so it's obviously Titan that they're talking about. That looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, what happens when the Hulk has a Hulk transformation?
There is something else in you. Something unnatural. Are you anxious?
Every moment of every day.
Can I help?
Only if you can defeat Doom and put the timeline back together.
I sense great worry in you, Peter. What troubles you so?
Oh, just the fact that two Dr. Dooms are battling across all space and time and we're stuck in the middle. Yeah, it's nothing big.
I also sense great sarcasm.
Please tell me you didn't need your powers to see that one.
Peter Quill!
Call me Star-Lord when we're, out. I'm trying to build my brand. Are you reading my mind?
I don't have to read your mind to know what you're thinking.
Ouch!
Ha! You're so sensitive. Loki, why do you lie?
Well, dear, how else is anything done in this universe? A new world is a-borning, a shuffling of the galactic guard, if you will. You could be part of it.
I will remain loyal to my friends.
Loyalty is a powerful bond, and also a terrible weakness. Mantis, yes, I am a god. But stop staring at...
I thought you should know there are Asgardians imprisoned in the Collector's theme park. King of lies.
Really? Well, a small price to pay to keep the Elder off my plans.
That's a lie. I sense that you do care for your subjects.
The battle starts.
I am happy to see you too. And happy we will be in this battle together.
I am Groot.
Groot, you know just what to say.
Mantis, Pete just put Clintar on top of the list. How you holding up?
I can manage. Then we'll free everyone from the Collector's theme park, yes?
For what he did to you? I'll make that Flarkin Elder of the Universe regret even being born. Mantis, what's a raccoon?
Oh, they are the cutest animal on Earth.
Really? Then how come everyone keeps calling me a raccoon? I'm a badass.
You are cute and badass.
Mantis, people keep calling me grumpy. Am I grumpy?
Well,
and some of these lines
are
are repeats from like the Rocket video.
I do miss the jailbreaks. I'll call Drax. You're a sweetheart, Mantis.
Glad to help. Wait, what? How do you contain such vast energy as the weather?
If I tried to contain it, I wouldn't last long. I channel it.
Yes, it is the same with me and life energy.
And then when you unleash the power, there's nothing like that in the world.
A fire burns inside you.
That's literally true.
Is it? I just meant the feeling I could sense.
Watch me fight and you'll see.
Sometimes you can reason with people, and sometimes they need a kick in the teeth. This web, what powerful energy emanates from it. Doom must be a broken man to be so careless with so many lives. We may have to ally with one Doom, temporarily, to defeat the other. Sometimes empathy is a heavy burden to bear. I was a prisoner of the Collector. One day, I will get even. If the timelines are merged again, I wonder which version of me will survive.
You notice how angry she sounded when she was talking about the Collector? I gotta look, when the game goes live, and we get access to the lore of the characters, because they have a long list of lore that you can read through. And I didn't get the chance to read Mantis's, but once I do, I hope they explain what happened to Mantis and the Collector and why she hates him so much, because out of all the interactions she's had throughout this entire video, she was at her angriest just even talking about the Collector.
Don't hold in your emotions. Let them out. I must regroup with the rest of the Guardians. The Collector must be stopped.
Yeah,
Something has changed in you.
Hold on. That was Mantis. Onwards to Iron Man!
We've got a time stream to put back together, Tony.
Isn't it still under warranty?
I've always admired your work, Mr. Stark.
Well, thanks, kid. Good to know my tech lasts the test of time.
Actually, we've made some pretty serious advancements since that.
Yeah, okay, you know what? How about we focus on the mission instead of my legacy? Thanks. Even in the far future, it looks like Stark is still the most trusted name in tech.
If you want a fancy toaster, いいんじゃない?
And if you want a suit of bleeding-edge armor, who do you go to then?
私.
You know, I love your mech. I haven't seen that tech before. You know, it doesn't look like S.H.I.E.L.D. or Oscorp or Alchemax or Stain or Hammer. What is that?
Check the logo. Hora, Parker Industries.
Parker? As in, he didn't even finish college.
I thought only college dropouts could be famous tech founders.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
Stark, when are you going to let me buy your company?
I'm sorry, what?
Shuri always wants me to ask.
Wanda, you look different. Is it really you?
Some days, Tony, I am not even sure anymore. I have been lost between realities for so long.
I have got to read the lore for these characters. I am so interested in, because not all of these characters hail from the main universe. Some of these come from these different realities that are smashing together. I have got to read up on lore for these characters.
Well, you're not lost anymore. You'll always have a place with us, in any universe.
Then we should probably make sure a few of them.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
The stakes have gotten a little...
I really hope we're talking about the more powerful Collector from the comics instead of the MCEU version, as humorous as he was. We are definitely not talking about the Collector from the MCU. To put it lightly, the MCU is, I still want to say, incredibly nerfed. It is an incredibly nerfed version of Marvel. Because a lot of things that people do in Marvel, we have still yet to showcase and do in the MCU. Sure, we've seen the Celestials, but we haven't seen Thor reach the levels as he does in the comics. We haven't seen the Hulk reach the level that he does in the comics in the movies. And I don't think we ever will, because they decided to nerf Hulk straight into the ground after Infinity War. So, yeah. So, no, if anything, they are not taking any cues for power from anything from the MCU. The only biggest display of power we've ever seen in the MCU was the Celestials and Thanos and Scarlet Witch, and that's it. Everyone else is pretty much weak in comparison.
A little bit bigger than...
The battle starts in 5, 4.
The stakes have gotten a little bit bigger than the neighborhood, haven't they?
I'm thinking of the galactic neighborhood right now.
And the friendly part?
Oh, it's gonna take more than scrambled timelines to cloud my naturally sunny disposition.
Tony Stark,
That's something to have Spider-Man, Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man, speaking to Iron Man, who also is voiced by Spider-Man alumni, Josh Keaton. You know him as Peter Parker from the Spectacular Spider-Man show.
Totally fangirling.
Oh, same here. We can swap autographs after the fight.
Swap? You should just be asking for mine. When's the last time you sold out Stark Arena, Gramps?
All right, K-pop, let's go save the world.
What have you done to your armor, Stark? Didn't know you could make it any uglier.
Gosh, I have missed your cosmic wisdom and constructive criticism, Rocket.
Flark, you do. I know that Earther tone. What's it called?
Manners. Rebuild the space-time continuum and defeat 2 Dr. Dooms? Piece of cake. Sorry I'm late. Had to buy a company. If I could get a look at Doom's machine, I could solve this problem by lunchtime. All right, somebody tell me this isn't some kid's birthday party again. Don't bother trying to make people care. Show them what matters to you. Underneath my caustic exterior, I'm still pretty caustic. I think I see the root of the problem. Some people are natural heroes. I'm a natural joker who is occasionally heroic.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Hulk,
Iron Man.
is there something on your
Now
mind?
let's move on to Spider-Man!
People think you're too skinny to be strong, but you're strong.
Hey, there are people who think I'm as strong as you.
Don't get carried away.
Okay, when the time stream gets sorted out, we arm wrestle.
Peter? Nah, is it really you? I haven't seen you in ages.
Wait, have we met? You sure you've got the right Spidey?
Maybe not. It is a big multiverse after all.
Either way, we're together now. What do you say we hit the webs?
Peter, have you... ever wondered if you're doing the right thing? You know, going out every night, putting your loved ones in danger?
Hey, Penny, when are you gonna make me a spider?
When you teach me how to shoot webs and hang from the ceiling.
Seriously? Because I have a radioactive spider right over here, ready to go.
When we save the world, I'll let you take a ride.
Just one time back in high school when my web shooters malfunctioned. That was embarrassing. But this is...
The web of life and destiny. Ever seen so many strands before?
I was going to go with amazing, but... Sure, that's amazing in Japanese, right?
すごい.
Shouldn't you be off ruling your awesome intergalactic empire?
One cannot keep an empire when there is chaos at home.
That's what I...
I like the interactions between Peter and Penny.
One cannot keep an empire.
Shouldn't you be off ruling your awesome intergalactic empire?
One cannot keep an empire when there is chaos at home.
That's what I always said. Only in a totally different way. So you're a friendly neighborhood Black Panther? Wow. Say, Doc, you never told me where you learned all those tricks.
It's called camartage, not exactly on any brochure.
So you weren't bitten by a radioactive wizard?
Peter, please.
Say, Doc, you never told me. Where'd you learn all those tricks?
Exactly. I'm the master of mystical arts, aren't I?
Come on, were you bitten by a radioactive wizard?
Sure, why not? Please let me meditate.
Doc, I have a question. Squirrel Girl can talk to squirrels, and...
The fact that Squirrel Girl got mentioned. Look, someone brought up to me about, like, where's Squirrel Girl at? I think, someone was talking about Squirrel Girl. CJ, was that you when I was playing the beta? When I was live streaming the beta? Wasn't it you that brought up Squirrel Girl? Dialogue!
Ant-Man can control ants. How come I can't... Question.
Hold on, I can't hear anything.
Squirrel Girl can talk to squirrels.
Let me meditate.
Fred Tatascore is playing Hulk once again, right? Of course. There's no one who can better voice the Hulk than Fred. No one. He's the definitive voice for the Hulk when it comes to different media. I don't know why my headphones just disconnected right now. There we go.
Tate.
Doc, I have a question. Squirrel Girl can talk to squirrels. Ant-Man can control ants. How come I can't control spiders?
Would you want to?
I mean, maybe? I bet there are 1 million spiders in Doomstadt. I could command them all.
That is a terrible idea. For reasons I will not bother to
The battle starts in 5.
I was thinking, all spider people are connected to a spider totem.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I wonder if there are, like, raccoon totems.
Ha! My totem is a gun. Also, what's a raccoon?
At least I know I can trust you.
Well, that's a one-way street.
The stakes have gotten a little bit bigger than the neighborhood, haven't they?
I'm thinking of the galactic neighborhood right now.
And the friendly part?
Oh, it's gonna take more than scrambled timelines to cloud my naturally sunny disposition. I don't know the actual mileage, but this feels like a long way from Queens. That spider could have bitten anyone, but it bit me. Pretty amazing luck. This feels like an Avengers gig. Does that mean I've made it to the big league? The truth is, I can do some amazing stuff. I should enjoy this more. So if the timelines are all entangled, how many MJs are there? This could get complicated. Travel tip. With the right credit card, interdimensional trips get crazy extra miles.
All right, let's go to Hulk.
The monster in you can transform again. Secondary mutations are quite rare.
This is it. This is another reference. Is the game out? No. I am just watching. The game is not out yet. Hopefully we'll get some news, Leo, for when the full game of Marvel Rivals will drop. But for right now, I'm looking at and listening to all the dialogue from all the characters, or at least the ones that have been discovered thus far, because there's a lot of Marvel lore deep in there. And the first line we get for Banner is clearly in reference to his Titan form from his Spaceship Hulk run in the comics. And this was brought up before because when we were looking at Mantis's lines, she could sense that Titan was inside of Hulk. That's his secondary transformation. Mind you, this isn't it's not the same as his Monster Hulk form that he can take in gameplay, but the, you know, secondary Hulk form for the Hulk that's called Titan.
Transform again. The monster in you can transform again. Secondary mutations are quite rare.
I don't think I'm a mutant.
It doesn't matter what you think. The genome matters. If only we could get you to Krakoa for analysis.
No thanks. I think this is just me
battle starts
spending
in
years
5,
trying to make the
4,
most efficient use
3,
of gamma radiation.
2.
Hulk doesn't like spiders, especially big shiny ones.
Try to smash this bug, big guy, and I promise you'll regret it.
Hulk wishes the tiny human inside of Hulk had this much attitude.
You stay away from me!
Okay. Hulk let you...
The first line from Loki is like sheer terror. So that's one thing that has been made universal, thanks to the MCU, is that the Hulk and Loki do not mix at all, and Loki is scared of the Hulk. He's sarcastic to everyone except for the Hulk. He's just scared of him.
This much attitude.
You stay away from me!
Okay. Hulk let you know when Hulk wanna smash something.
The legend himself, the Jade Giant, the Taciturn Terror.
Taciturn Terror.
You're a man of few words, aren't you?
Here's 3. You're not funny.
Hulk, you look remarkable.
A lot has changed since the Defenders' days, Doc.
Indeed.
Castle, can you please, punish less? You stress me out.
Don't worry. I'm ready for the Hulk.
And that's why I'm stressed out.
Hulk, is there something on your mind? Can I help?
Yes, Cricket Lady. Go ahead, please.
Gladly. Oh, there is something else in you. Something unnatural.
We've got a time stream to put back together, Tony.
Isn't it still under warranty?
People think you're too skinny to be strong, but you're strong.
Hey, there are people who think I'm as strong as you.
Don't get carried away.
Okay, when the time stream gets sorted out, we arm wrestle.
The thing I like about the interactions with Hulk and Spider-Man is that Spider-Man is the poster boy for individual, everyone, and every hero in Marvel is okay being around. Even people that don't like being around other people are okay with being around Spider-Man. It's like if Batman was sociable and everyone liked being around him. That's how it would be. Everyone likes Spider-Man. The only people that genuinely don't like Spider-Man are the villains. I can't even think of that many heroes who look at Spider-Man and say like, yeah, I don't like him very much. Hulk is more of a mutate than a genetic mutant, like Deadpool is a mutate.
It's not easy being Banner when everyone wants you-know-who. I'm warming up to the field missions. They're breaks from the labs. I want to understand the time stream entanglement. We will build the TRD, and we will set this universe right. Doom is brilliant, so am I. We can outthink him.
Must be one big spider. Never say Hulk is stupid just because Banner is smart. Hulk is a bigger hero than Banner. Banner is tactical support. Hulk is all heavy duty. Can't let the monster out at the wrong time. Not used to being a hero.
Fred
People think
Tatascore's
you're too skinny to be strong.
Hold on, pause. Fred Tatascore's voice for the Hulk is perfect! We need a Marvel RPG. We need it. Nothing against Marvel Rivals, but we need more Marvel games. We need more. We need our next Marvel Ultimate Alliance. We need our Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4. We need 4, so I can play as Hulk in the truest sense. Do not make it like 3, where I'm forced to be in a 4-squad team, and it's more arcadey than it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, is far more. It errs on the side of arcade action rather than traditional RPG action. Because at least in the previous games, I was able to go by myself, at least in the first game. In the second game, you were kind of forced to have a team with you. So I kind of hope that if we do get another Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, we go back to where we could choose to have like a certain number of people with us, or if I wanted to just solo the game if I wanted to. We need it, but I want this art style. This art style that we have for Marvel Rivals, I really want to see it done in more games. I feel like the Marvel games could benefit from them taking a page from like this art style, or the art style of Spider-Man suits where you can give him the comic book look, like he has a skin in, I believe, in the first Spider-Man game that makes him look like he's just straight out of a comic book, like from like the 60s, and it has like the lines and everything, and it just makes him look like a comic book character. I feel like we need more Marvel games that have this sort of art style to them, like living 3D type of comic book look to it. The same vein of how we get like 3D characters that look like they're in a comic from like Borderlands and such. We need more games like that, but we definitely do need like either another iteration of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, or a Marvel game done like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, or a collab with Marvel and Koei Tecmo so we can get our own Marvel Muso game. We need more Marvel games. DC needs to follow suit, but DC is a whole different thing altogether. Also, one thing I forgot to mention at the start of the stream, remember CartoonNetwork.com? It's gone. Try looking up Cartoon Network. Try looking up CartoonNetwork.com. Remember CartoonNetwork.com that many of us grew up with, played many games on, have enjoyed growing up? Sorry, phone kind of slipped down. Enjoyed growing up? Remember this site? If I go to it, it tells me that you should sign up for Max. Cartoon Network, a site that has been around since I was a child, is gone. It's gone. No warning. I literally just found out about an hour before I started this stream. Cartoon Network is gone. Either one of those would be amazing. Look, I'm just telling you what I would like to see. I can't say that everyone else feels the same way, but it's something I would definitely like to see from Marvel. Especially if it was a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4, I want it to be closer to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, but have the like upgrade system of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but without Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3's heavy grinding. Like, I played some games where you have to really, really grind, but at least the grind was fun. In Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, me trying to get the shield points so I can upgrade that big giant web of skills in that giant skill tree, it was a tedious grind, not a fun grind. There's a difference between a fun grind and a tedious grind. Tedious grinds, you feel the grind. Fun grinds, you know you're grinding, but you're having fun at the same time. And so Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3's grind was tedious. Me trying to get characters to level 250 so I can get that 5th ISO slot was tedious. Yeah, I heard the bad news. Both my brother and I used to play games on Cartoon Network site. Yes, I used to play Codename Kids Next Door games all the time. There was a game for the Kids Next Door where you could go through these different stages and you would be fighting all of these. I think it was like a mission where you had to get Grandma Stuffum's food out of the treehouse. And you would go through these multiple levels. You could play as these different members of Sector V, like numbers 1 through 5. And you would go up the stairs and you can get all these different 2x4 technologies you can use to fight. Remember Cartoon Network Fusion Fall? All these different games we used to play in the past. Now it's gone. It's gone. That's a whole era of our entire childhood just wiped off the map. Same as Game Informer. A lot of us grew up with Game Informer, and that's gone now too. That's the reason why I need to get like the box sets of different DVDs to truly preserve these old cartoons that I used to watch in the past. I'm slowly building up a stock of them because these streaming services, like there was literally no reason for them to get rid of CartoonNetwork.com. There was literally no reason for them to do it. But I digress. We'll talk about it later.
But you're strong.
Hey,
oh wait, sorry, we're done with Hulk lines. We're done with Hulk lines. We can move on to the next thing.
Finally, he'll shut up. Talk less and learn.
Still a puny god.
You were Groot, huh? Past tense. Never bring Earth guns to a space gun fight, Frank. That's what you get for reading my mind, Mantis. Honestly, I've wanted to do that for ages, Rocket.
I hope the next version of me I meet is nicer. This kitty has been declawed. Aw, you could have been a hero, Frank. In another timeline, we're still friends.
Now who's the strongest, Greenie? Looks like I'm the one doing the punishing today. No hard feelings, your royal catness. God is so out of style, Magic. Just like you. Sorry, Mr. Stark, but you're obsolete. Guess it takes a spider to beat one. Should have kept your hands off my tech, fuzzball. How's that for a greatest hit, Luna?
I liked you angrier. I gotta admit, taking out Star-Lord was satisfying. I never believe Loki's actually down. Is he actually down?
Poor Wanda, lost in the immensity of her power. An old enemy, vanquished at last. How could it come to fighting T'Challa? Even gods fall. Empathize with that.
He was the enemy of his own ideals. I am sorry, my beloved. She is unholy. She will return. You are not my kind of king or god.
Who is supreme now, Stephen? I hope you can forgive me someday, Father. Crawl back to your domain, Hela. Leave the magic to the grown-ups, Ileana. How was that for a trick, Loki? Brian Banner sends his regards. Lie thy way out of this, Loki. Be careful what you wish for, little king.
I wish I could say I was shocked, Aurora. Back to whatever netherworld you crawled out of, child. Be grateful I did not crush you with your own armor, Stark. You always were a petulant child, Wanda. It seems the tides have turned against you, Namor.
Poor Rocket. I never wanted to fight him. Take your lies elsewhere. The entanglement turns Guardian against Guardian. How terrible to injure a tree.
Fix this, imp! You brought ice to a sword fight. You're not my queen. Not now, not ever. Today's weather report. The storm is over. I'll never trust Magneto. Mind your own dimension, Strange.
Looks like bullets break your magic. Who's got better guns now? You made a bad choice, kid. Stay away from Earth.
Loki is a god, but I'm supreme.
Doom has something to say about that.
Wanda was a mighty power. We must undo the entanglement. Perhaps that will bring him back.
Get the Infinity Gauntlet, snap your fingers.
Ileana, resist your dark side. Bullets bested again by spell work.
And you call yourself a defender, Strange?
Asgardian phony.
Pathetic. I'll make a better Supreme.
Yeah, that was me taking down Loki. That's right. Magnetism can't handle a deep freeze.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Insightful. All of Magneto's unique interactions.
If you could, Magneto, would you do what Doom has done? If I could create a world that would be safe forever for mutants, yes, I would. Wanda, 'tis a pleasure to see you, my dear.
I wish I could say the same, Father.
You may not be a true mutant, but you will always be welcome on Krakoa.
Thank you for the invite, but I think I will pass.
Here we are, side by side once more, just like the old days.
You mean back when you used children as weapons in your crusade against mankind?
You make me sound like a...
Mr. Sinister could be cool too. I hope that Chris Brighton could voice him as well. Only time will tell. Like I said before during the beta, they could literally add anyone they want to this. They could add Deadpool. They could add Iceman. But they probably wouldn't do characters that'd be too similar to other characters in terms of certain powers. But even so, there's such a vast array of people that they could add to Marvel Rivals. Given the fact that they could just basically make it so that everyone lines up with like the gameplay of the game. The list is very long. Not just heroes, but villains as well. Imagine Null. Think about it. Null could be someone they add. You can make his melee the Necro Sword. You could then make it so that you can throw like symbiotes onto other teammates that are capable of like giving them like symbiote overshields or something. I don't know. You can make it so that his ultimate turns everything black around him, like everything just gets covered in like this black miasma, like it's a dark field, and you gain more power while you're in this field because, you know, Null relishes being in the dark, and he's one of the most powerful beings that existed before, you know, he got completely eviscerated by Venom. But you could have everything dealing with like his all black Necro Sword and his just vast power of killing Celestials. You could even call one of his attacks like a Celestial cleaving, like a shockwave. I don't know, maybe like a shockwave or something that can get sent forward that he also uses to kill Celestials with. I'm just spitballing ideas. They may not be all the way there, but there's such great potential in the amount of characters that can be added to this game. This could be something that might possibly surpass Overwatch. And Gajin and I keep saying this. If they were to ever add PvE to Marvel Rivals it could be later down the line. If they ever add it, it's over. It's over. The 3 spiders already do a symbiote attack. It feels like a setup for Null, but maybe I'm overthinking it. So I understand what you're meaning. And I was thinking to like how Venom is capable of attaching symbiotes, like symbiote masses to other people as well. So that was in my head when I was speaking it, but I was trying to differentiate how it operates. On people with Venom, they're capable of like erupting into like this giant mass of spikes that does continuous damage from Venom. I was thinking maybe it would just provide them with an additional extra overshield, given the fact that Venom can give himself like an extra overshield. That mass that's on people could be done as an overshield when it's given by Null. And maybe increase their melee damage that they do. Or maybe it increases the attack of their next their next ability use. I don't know. Like I said, I was just spitballing ideas.
A terrible father when you put it like that.
Then at least we can finally agree on something.
The mighty Magneto. We have much in common.
In that we are both despised by the people we strive to protect and lead.
Quite so. For a mortal, you are very perspicacious. Those magnetic powers of yours.
I never heard that word before. Perspicacious? What is that? What is that word? What is that word? What are these new things you're telling me? Having a ready insight into and understanding of things. So that's what that means. Huh. Interesting. Learn something new every day.
How well do they work on Uru?
Surprisingly so.
Perfect. Why bother being worthy when your friends can do the heavy lifting for you, eh?
The actual Magneto. Wow.
Should I know who you are?
No, but you should know magnetism doesn't work on super cooled materials. Guess what I can do?
Be impertinent, it seems. You truly believe that you're safe inside a metal shell? How naive.
Spider's plating is made from carbon nanofibers and ceramics. It's magneto-proof.
If there is even a trace of metal in that machine's frame, I can find it.
Not before Spider. The battle starts in 5.
Is this really the future mutant kind fought for? You said you would be gods.
We've found a home in this era. Krakoa is all we need.
You settle for an island when you could rule a world.
You and I have both lived through war. Had you learned anything from the experience,
The battle
you
starts
would
in
not be
5,
so quick to
4,
start another.
3.
Ah, so you have decided to join me in the fight against the surface world after all. I knew you would make the right choice.
This is but a temporary alliance. However, should you choose to join your mutant brethren on Krakoa...
Why would Namor wish to become the subject of a tiny island nation?
The battle starts in
when all
5,
the oceans are
4,
his to command?
3. No one escapes the inevitable.
I don't care. No mutant shall ever
Welcome
end
back,
up in your
CDs.
domain again.
So you say. But even a living island will meet its end, eventually.
Think you're fast enough to stop a high-velocity round aimed straight between your eyes, old-timer?
Why would I have to be? I've already disabled the internal mechanisms on all of your weapons.
What the?
Now, play nice, and perhaps I'll put your toys back together for you. What does Krakoa have to say about Doom and the time stream entanglement?
Chronovium has driven Krakoa insane. We have to figure it out on our own.
Can I say we need a standalone Magneto movie, even though they did pretty much his life storyline? But that David guy did a awesome role as Eric Magneto. Are you talking about Michael Fassbender? That dude's name is Michael. Where'd you get David? Who's David? My name is Magneto. What is your real name? David. Can you still do Chris Brighton Sinister? I don't know any lines at the top of my head.
Cataclysm makes for strange allies, doesn't it?
It has a way of stripping away our assumptions, yes?
That's not what I mean.
Oh, I think it is. The monster in you can transform again. Secondary mutations are quite rare.
I don't think I'm a mutant.
It doesn't
looks like
matter
a
what
David.
you think. The genome matters.
Oh, I know why. I know why you said David, because the character he plays in Alien in Prometheus, and what is it? What is I forgot the sequel to Prometheus. He was the robot in the Prometheus movie. That's why you said David. That's his character's name in that movie. It just dawned on me.
If only we could get you to Krakoa for analysis.
No thanks. I think this is just me
battle starts
spending
in
years
5,
trying to make the
4,
most efficient use
3,
of gamma radiation.
2.
You on the side of the good guys this time?
I am on the side of the mutants.
Yeah,
as
Alien
always.
Covenant. Thank you.
Fancy seeing you off the island.
The name is Sinister. Mr. Sinister.
And old man.
I hope you brought your legions with you, Ilyana.
Demons? I never leave home without them.
Good, for the time has come to fight
Yes,
fire
Senior.
with
Yes, Senior.
hell.
Yes, Senior. He got me too. I was thinking like David. I don't know of any Davids that played Magneto. No, David. You know David. Huh? He went up against Sebastian Shaw in the movie Michael Fassbender, and then I like, bing. Oh, you mean David from Prometheus and Alien Covenant? The robot guy. Yeah, David. It went completely over my head. I don't understand that movie at all, Prometheus. Neither does a lot of people. And it was an alien movie. I'll say it's a movie at the very least, with a lot of dumb people in it. So many dumb people that have absolutely no survival awareness. You and your ex didn't like that movie? It was a movie.
Fire.
If Doom was a friend to mutants, but destroyed the timeline, what would you do?
I am too world-weary to engage hypotheticals, Ilyana. The battle before us is enough. Come to Krakoa, Ilyana. A war is coming, and we could use your sword.
That's the thing, Magneto. You reduce me to a weapon, and make everything about your war.
What could matter more than mutant survival?
Let's circle back after we defeat Doom and put space-time back in its bottle.
The battle starts in 5.
It seems extinction is on the agenda once again. How predictable. Humans are so fond of their golden idols, but all of them shall bow to steel. A threat against Krakoa is a threat against all mutants. We shall not abide. Today we fight as allies. Do not give me reason to alter that arrangement. It is in the interest of all mutants that we succeed this day, and so we shall. So many webs. A good thing that Magneto is the one pulling the string. So many webs. A good thing that Magneto is the one pulling the strings.
The main actress in Prometheus did a great job, and then she got killed off screen. That's the worst way to... That's a horrible way to kill off a character. Especially if that character is prevalent. I'm not a big fan of killing characters off screen. You don't even get like a flashback of what happened. They're just killed off screen, and then you see that person's flayed open body out on apparently preserved and on a table in the movie. I'm like, what? She got killed off? How? It's like Independence Day Resurgence, which I barely remember. And Will Smith's character isn't around at all, but his son is around. Can I just say some sequels to movies shouldn't have been made, like Pacific Rim Uprising shouldn't have been made. Independence Day Resurgence shouldn't have been made. What's next? Let's see, man, imagine you had a metal pieces in your leg or whatever, and Magneto go mayhem and all that metal come towards them. So much for that surgery. You had to put that metal in your body. Yeah. Think of anything that requires metal being in your body, and it would be a bad situation. Yeah.
These dooms still hide themselves behind metal masks? The fools. The gods themselves will tremble at my might. Just as I forged a nation, I shall wield a weapon fit for a king.
All right, now we move on to Penny Parker. We are almost done with these interactions.
Luna.
Real quick though. I believe that the upcoming Alien film will take the cake from Prometheus in regards to ignorant and stupid characters. As far as in regards to ignorant and stupid characters, as far as they are concerned. Yeah, because the people in those movies is all like, "There's something in the water. I don't know what's in the water, but I'm just gonna lay here in the water and just move real slowly instead of just making my way towards the door because there's a danger in this room. I need to get out. It's not safe in here, bruv. I need to get out. There's something crawling in the water. I can't see in the water. I need to get out of this room. Open the door. No, you're just gonna lay up in the water and just like, oh. And that's the thing that gets me. Don't nobody get no real sense of like, okay, I need to get out of this room. I'm not even going to try and figure out what's in the room. I just need to make a beeline for the door. That's real. You being up in the water and being like, there's something in the water. Where is it? I can't see it. Where's the thing in the water? No, You're just gonna stand there and look around and wait for the thing to get you. Now, I see you, Senior, and you say it looks good though. Yes, it looks nice, but I'm just waiting to see what happens when these people get put in situations that they can easily avoid if they don't try to stand around and look at like, oh, something is coming down the hallway. Let's look at it. No, if I see something coming down the hallway and it doesn't even remotely look human, I am 2 sheets in the wind. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm not sticking around. I don't want to know. My brain will go to sleep better at night not knowing what that thing is completely. I don't want to know what it is for scientific advancements or to be congratulated. Oh, congratulations, you found a new species in space. No! I don't care about nothing because none of that will matter if that thing eats me. So, no, I don't care. I don't care how much science would get advanced by the knowledge of this thing existing. It doesn't need to, no one needs to know it exists. When we leave, let's wipe that we visited this place in general. No, and then just tell everyone else, stay away from that planet. There's nothing on it. Better yet, it's so useless, might as well just blow up the planet. Yeah, just blow it up. Well, what's so bad about it? There's nothing there of use. We could use the space dust, so just nuke the entire planet. Matter of fact, let me mark on your map one specific spot that'll help out. Just nuke this one place in particular. Is that the same place? I'm just gonna mark it on your map there. Just take it out. Just take it out. Let that be the first place. A nice little new pocket crater on this planet will do it some good. That is me. I ain't sticking around to find out about some 9-foot tall creature that can also crawl at the wall, that has acid, blood, and saliva, that has an extra mouth that is meant to crack open skulls, and it has a prehensile tail that's capable of not only lifting up humans, but Yautja as well? Nah, I'm good. Another settlement needs your help. It's funny that you said something like that, Senior, because I'm still continuing my my Minuteman General build. I've already boosted his level to 72, and I'm currently going through the National Guard training yard trying to find the perfect legendary weapon for him to use. I think my family just showed up. So let me help him out with food real quick. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. What have you guys been talking about? Another settlement needs your help. Yeah, that's where I left out on. I don't need the straw. I have an extra straw in my room. I don't need the extra straw. This needs to go back. Alright, sorry about that, everyone. Let's continue on. Send Garb to use Galaxy Fist that area. The main cast of Romulus is apparently a bunch of greenhorns that apparently have no idea about xenomorphs. The ship colony they're on has all kinds of xenos, but they know nothing. I think we need OG directors who made movies like Alien, Terminator, Tremors, but I'm today modern style. I bet you Hollywood would be back at its peak. No, they wouldn't. They would not be back at their peak. We'll get some good movies, but the Hollywood would not be at the peak where people enjoyed going to the movie theater more than once. Not as much as we used to in the past.
Luna Snow! I know all of your songs. It's always an honor to meet a fan.
そうなの? Oba-chan loved to play them on the oldies station for me.
Wow, for a girl with ice powers, I suddenly feel pretty uncool. Has your Tokyo always looked like this?
Oh, right. You're from the past. Is there, like, electricity in your Tokyo?
Yeah, but there isn't a giant spider web in the sky.
Crazy. Luna Snow!
The one and only, I think.
You were my Oba-chan's favorite singer!
Wow, did not expect that.
That's some nice armor you got there, sweetheart. How much you want for it?
Mo, Rocket, you know Spider isn't for sale.
How about just one arm? No? Ah, come on! You're killing me, kid.
Not yet, but I'd be careful if I were you.
You live here. What's it like having the giant spider web over your head all the time?
It reminds me of my duty.
Plus, it's awesome.
It would really get on my nerves.
Where'd you get the mech?
It was my dad's. He died piloting it, and then I took over.
You know who killed him?
I don't want to talk about revenge. I just want to carry on his work.
I've always admired your work, Mr. Stark.
Well, thanks, kid. Good to know my tech lasts the test of time.
Actually, we've made some pretty serious advancements since then.
Yeah, okay, you know what? How about we focus on the mission instead of my legacy? Thanks. You know, I love your mech. I haven't seen that tech before. You know, it doesn't look like S.H.I.E.L.D. or Oscorp or Alchemax or Stain or Hammer. What is that?
Check the...
Sorry about that, everyone. My Stream Deck decided to not work at all, and I couldn't unmute myself. My apologies for that. Back to it. Nolan North as Rocket. There has to be some fourth wall breaks about the voice if they put Deadpool in the game. There has to be. There has to be.
The logo. Hold Parker Industries.
Parker? As in, he didn't even finish college.
I thought only college dropouts could be famous tech founders.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
Even in the far future, it looks like Stark is still the most trusted name in tech.
If you want a fancy toaster, 인잖아요?
And if you want a suit of bleeding edge armor, who do you go to then?
Watashi.
Just one time back in high school when my web shooters malfunctioned. That was embarrassing. But this is...
The web of life and destiny. Ever seen so many strands before?
I was going to go with amazing, but... Sure, that's amazing in Japanese, right?
すごい.
Hey, Penny, when are you gonna make me a spider?
When you teach me how to shoot webs and hang from the ceiling.
Seriously? Because I have a radioactive spider right over here, ready to go.
When we save the world, I'll let you take a ride. Peter, have you... ever wondered if you're doing the right thing? You know, going out every night, putting your loved ones in danger? Peter? Nah, is it really you? I haven't seen you in ages!
Wait, have we met? You sure you've got the right Spidey?
Maybe not. It is a big multiverse after all.
Either way, we're together now. What do you say we hit the webs?
Hulk doesn't like spiders, especially big shiny ones.
Try to smash this bug, big guy, and I promise you'll regret it.
Hulk wishes the tiny human inside of Hulk had this much attitude.
You truly believe that you're safe inside a metal shell? How naive.
Spider's plating is made from carbon nanofibers and ceramics. It's magneto-proof.
If there is even a trace of metal in that machine's frame, I can find it.
Not before Spider.
The battle starts in 5.
All right, let's move on to the Venom unique interactions.
You are one of Null's creatures.
Woo! Just straight up calling out Null! Hold up, turn that volume up. Just straight up calling out Null.
You are one of Null's creatures.
You don't miss much.
Your god is greedy. I warned him to stay away from what is mine.
That's a bad sign when Null is out there. This version of Null that's in this world, he is out there. He's not destroyed. He's out there.
Then you made sure he's coming after you. So powerful, you would make a fine host. Hulk already has enough voices in Hulk's head. Don't need another. We understand. Bonding with you would make Eddie sad anyway. Humans and their puny feelings.
People are scared of you? You're nothing compared to what I've seen in Limbo.
Oh, really? Pop over to Clintar sometime and then run your mouth.
Will you be my tour guide?
Unlikely. We are symbiote non grata on Clintar.
The battle starts in 5.
Great. Eddie, I guess we're doing the team-up thing again.
So we are, Spider. Is that a problem?
Not as long as you keep that big nasty tongue of yours far away from me.
We will do our best, but we make no promises. There is great chaos in you, woman. Chaos and darkness.
You're one to talk, Venom.
It was not an insult. We find it strangely attractive.
I'm sorry? Venom is attracted to Scarlet Witch because of the chaos? Okay.
Somehow you
We find it.
want to talk, Venom.
It was not an insult. We find it strangely attractive.
Somehow you just made me want to save the universe slightly less.
The battle starts. Venom? I've heard stories about you and the chaos you caused for countless spider heroes.
Stories only tend to tell half the truth, little one.
So you never tried to eat Spider-Man's brains then?
To be fair, we've never succeeded, and we've since developed
The battle starts in 5,
tastes.
4,
Such a sweet little morsel.
and a big crunchy shell. Try to take a bite out of Spider and you'll chip a fang.
We do not wish to consume you, child. At least for now.
Yeah, well, let me know if there's a change to the menu, okay?
With a few upgrades, that suit of yours could be unstoppable.
It is not a suit. Symbiotes are living beings.
Organic tech. I can work with that. Wait, is it slimy?
Not as slimy as you, Stark.
Gotta be honest, not so crazy about symbiotes now that I've visited Clintar.
You would judge our entire species on a single brief encounter.
One where they all tried to eat me? Yeah, I absolutely would.
We suppose we can't argue with that. We can smell the stench of Null on you.
Why does Venom sound more like Baraka in this one? Once again, another intriguing interaction along with Star-Lord and Johnny Cage. Well, the reason why it sounds like that is because it's Steve Bloom who's voicing Venom, who also voiced Baraka. So, yeah, that's the reason why it sounds so similar. It's the same guy. I know I'm off topic, but I don't know what hit me, but you really be and been motivating me these last few days, and I went live on YouTube for 3 or 4 hours yesterday. Man, whew. It can be time consuming and tiring mentally. When you're not used to it, it can be heavy. It can be heavy when you're not used to it. I got a full decade of me. I can't. It's still mesmerizing to say that. I got a full decade of me doing this. So me doing long sessions, it's just easy. Like, my brain has mentally gotten used to spending copious amounts of hours sitting in this chair, occasionally playing games or talking to you guys. So it gets easier with time, but don't push yourself beyond your limits. I know, because I've had 10-hour streams before. A lot of them have been recent. Recent years. Anyway, take your time and pace yourself. Not everyone can handle doing copious amounts of hours of streaming. Not everyone can do it. It takes a lot of... It can be physically draining and mentally draining. But when you get used to it and you find that sweet spot, where you reach a level of comfortability where you can do it continuously, then it becomes easier. Isn't Hela also voiced by Melina's VA? No. I think Hela in this is voiced by Nikki or Nika Batterman, and Melina in Mortal Kombat 1 is voiced by Kari Walgren. Their voices may sound a little bit similar, but they're two entirely different people. I recognize the distinction because the voice of Hela is also the voice of Asajj Ventress in the Clone Wars show, whereas Melina is also the same person that does the voice for Teyuya in Naruto, I want to say. I'm thinking of the other people that she's voiced for a better comparison, but it's Kari Walgren who does the voice for Melina, and Nika Batterman who does the voice for Hela.
You have been to Clintar.
Yeah, lovely planet you got there. It's a regular tourist hotspot.
How did you make it off alive?
Well, pair of fully charged element guns and
The battle starts in 5.
A symbiote? Ugh, I hate these flarkin' things.
We assure you, the feeling is mutual, rodent. But we must work together.
Fine, but try not to drip any protoplasm on me. I just washed my fur.
Your spider bot was crunchy, little one. No more kings in black, not even you, Panther. Technology is overrated, Stark. A legendary failure, Star-Lord, as usual. Filthy little furball had it coming. You knew it would end this way, Spider.
You'd have done the same to me, only with more fangs.
What a strange alliance. We should be at odds, you and I.
Why do you say that, man of gold?
I seek to save souls. You seek to collect them.
Ah, but if they all ceased to exist, we would both be out of business, would we not?
Your soul is divided.
Yeah, part of it's a sword now.
That is not the only fissure I sense.
How about you sense your own business? Perfect human.
Warlock is a curious name for one with no arcane powers.
I didn't choose it.
No one chooses their birth name. But after that, you may call yourself what you like.
I like Adam Warlock, but maybe I'll start calling myself Sorcerer Supreme.
Warlock, old buddy. Yeah, you look good. Did you get some work done?
I recently emerged from a regenerative cocoon.
You got to hook me up with one of those, bro. I could use a serious tune-up.
Perhaps I should focus my cosmic power on more important matters.
Oh, you missed a lot while you were wrapped up in that cocoon, old buddy.
I have learned all I need to know, Peter Quill. You need not regale me with your tales of personal glory.
Oh, yeah, okay. But is it cool if I do it anyway? It's kind of my thing.
Ah, the so-called perfect human.
I never called myself that.
I hope you detected my irony.
It takes more than a crown and a throne to make a king.
We have both adorned ourselves in gold. What have you beneath that shimmering skin that makes you any better than I?
A soul.
Fair enough.
Well, well, look who's back to save the entire Flarkin universe.
You say that as if it is a bad thing.
Did I? I guess sarcasm is my default setting. You are gonna save the universe, though, right?
No, we will save it. Together. Perhaps your splinters will grow into something better, Groot. I could not allow a trace of Noel's darkness to survive, Venom. My soul shall not be yours to claim, Queen of the Dead. Your legend has come to an end, Star-Lord. I feel your pain, Mantis, but this was my only choice. I wish I could say I'll miss you, Rocket, but I'm a terrible liar.
I want Adam Warlock as a playable character in an RPG. Can you do that interaction? You really want me to do the Peter Quill and Johnny Cage interaction, don't you? Hey, name's Star-Lord. Perhaps you heard of me. No, but I'm pretty sure you've heard of Johnny Cage. About the most awesome action star in the market right now. No, can't say I've heard of you. I've been too busy out there saving the universe. Actually, a couple of friends of mine, we actually just did that in a tournament called Mortal Kombat. Perhaps you heard of that? No. Have you heard of the King in Black? We kind of fought him in order to keep him from taking over the entire universe. Well, my friends and I, we fought in this combat to save our entire world. That doesn't kind of match up to mine. Or Venom and Baraka.
I see Liu Kang has found a brand new adversary for this year's new Mortal Kombat. And I see that Noel has brought us a brand new morsel. Try it, you slimy freak. I'll slice you to pieces. We will swallow you whole, Baraka.
So you get both Peter Quill versus Johnny Cage and Baraka versus Venom. But I really want Adam Warlock. I really want Adam Warlock to be playable in some shape or form.
What a strange alliance. We should...
Hold on, let me go. Thor and then Jeff. All right, Thor's next.
My fists, your hammer. Let's go.
Oh, the battle is joined. Banner, 'twill be good to smash villains in your company.
Absolutely. You're gonna do lightning tricks?
Oh, like you have never seen before.
Showtime.
Ah, Thor. Are you here to compare lightning?
Lady, I could never. 'Twould crush your spirits.
Oh, would it? Let us see what our enemies think.
If any of them can yet speak when we have done. You have held Mjolnir. You control lightning. Mayhap you are Odin's long-lost daughter?
No, thank you. The X-Men are enough family drama.
This universe calls on me to protect it. And yet, you cannot forsake the people of your own kingdom. I understand that struggle all too well. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Perhaps the only thing heavier than my hammer, old friend.
I hope you're feeling worthy today, Goldilocks. We've got our work cut out for us.
Mjolnir brings the wrath of the Odin force to our enemies.
Now that's how you start a battle. Well, this is quite a situation, isn't it? Hostile takeover. You got 86th by other board members.
I will gather my own board and take them over, hostilely.
That's the entrepreneurial spirit.
Does anyone wish to find out if they're worthy? Come on, it'd be fun.
Haven't plenty of people lifted it already? There's Cap, Jane Foster, that alien horse guy.
Beta Ray Bill!
Is Star-Lord a title of the intergalactic?
Also, the fact that they're saying that Cap lift the hammer along with Jane Foster, because, you know, she's Mighty Thor. Well, she was Mighty Thor, now she's Valkyrie. But Cap lifting the hammer, Jane Foster, referencing Beta Ray Bill. I'll be shocked if they don't add, like, a Beta Ray Bill skin for Thor in the future, if not his character outright. But it'll probably be more of a skin, complete with Stormbreaker hammer.
Empire?
No.
I knew numerous princes and marquises from Nordic Midgard. Harold Fairhair, Eric Bloodaxe. Your father must be a great king.
You know my element guns shoot lightning. You know, just like that hammer of yours?
Mjolnir does not shoot lightning. It channels the unfettered power of the great cosmic mother storm.
So, I'm guessing you don't want to trade then.
Not even in your wildest of dreams, Lord of Stars. I know many lords on many worlds, Peter Quill. None of them mention you. What are you lord of, precisely?
I mean, you know, the stars. It's like everything.
Asgard?
No. I mean, you can keep
The
Asgard.
battle starts in 5.
We were inseparable as children, you and I.
And then we grew up. Well, one of us did. You remain a stupid child.
Brother, remember that time you picked Munion's feathers clean and father was furious?
It wasn't me.
Oh, like hell it wasn't. But I never figured out how he could forget. That bird remembers everything.
After you picked him clean, I knew I would get blamed.
The battle starts in 5.
Brother?
Brother?
This changes nothing about the reckoning you must face for what you have done to Asgard.
I know you believe that, but time, as we shall see, doesn't always move in a straight line. Oh, spare me your heroic platitudes, brother.
If you will curb your cynical tongue.
A difficult bargain.
You have ensorcelled our father and painted lies in the palace he built.
Our father is old and tired, brother, and a new war needs new stories, does it not?
Asgardians have ever been warlike, yet only you have ever set against your own kind.
I do seem to have unique...
The battle starts in 5.
Did we not always imagine this, brother? Battling side by side with the fate of the realms at stake?
What if we did?
Now it is happening.
Though most unlike how either of us pictured.
Hey, Thor, let me see the hammer.
No.
I just want to see if it'll charge up my gun. Come on, I'll give it back.
No.
Come on!
So, you are the perfect human?
I gather that was the intent.
Typical mortals. To believe that despite their imperfections, they could perfect themselves. What manner of creature are you? Strange allies this war has brought together. Stephen, old friend, be mindful that the barrier between realms is most fragile.
It is indeed troubling, Thor. The mystic community on Earth is helping me monitor all kinds of dimensional disturbance.
It is always reassuring to have you in Midgard. Wizard! I thought you were imprisoned on another plane!
Nobody can keep me locked up for long.
Ha! That's what I said in the Tower of Solitude.
I know. Loki might have cast a spell of silence in the tower, but I could hear you loud and clear on the astral plane.
Odin's son, your realm is in peril.
I will preserve it, and then you and I will have our reckoning. Now we fight to save what you would destroy.
Why would I destroy a beautiful thing when I could rule it?
Look well on Asgard's beauty, Queen of Hell, for you will never possess it.
You are bold, Odin's son.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2...
Whatever bargain you think you struck with Loki, he will betray you.
That's hardly your concern, Odin's son.
Asgard is my concern.
Then you should worry about Loki, not me. Loki believes he is saving Asgard.
Loki lies, even to himself. And if you believe him, you are lying to yourself.
It matters not. Asgard will be mine in the end.
What a magnificent
You're hearing
place.
Vengeance more in the
It is
lines?
my
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
We must save it.
From Dr. Doom?
Doom is no threat to Asgard, but Loki is. Fool! Uru isn't magnetic. Maybe defeat will humble him. Someday. Sorcery is no match for a good hammer. Run away home, little spider. Your neighborhood needs you. Stark, always led by his pride. An honorable foe, sadly misguided. Now she tastes what she has served to so many others.
All right. That is all of Thor. Let's move on to Jeff.
What is shark thing with feet? Ha! Hulk likes shark thing.
Whoa! Look at you, little guy! Oh, you are even cuter than Rocket! And apparently just as feisty, too. Yikes!
You are a creature of both the land and sea, just as I am. This whole world could be ours if we wish it to be, little one. Join me in my crusade. I know every creature who dwells in the sea, but never have I seen any quite like you. Indeed, you are one of a kind, but that doesn't mean you have to be alone.
Well, look at you. Are you a superhero? What can you do? Okay, I'll let you show me.
What manner of creature are you? Strange allies this war has brought together.
Wow, this
Such
is
a
short.
pity to harm a denizen of the deep.
Come in now, durable sharky thing. I really didn't want to get a shark bite.
My fists, your hammer. Let's.
Okay, that's currently all of the dialogue that we can see of characters in Marvel Rivals at the moment. Interesting. Let me check something real quick. Let me see if there's anything new. People are really enjoying Borderlands, and I use the term enjoying Borderlands very loosely. I don't think there's anything new gaming-wise that I need to look into. Yeah, I don't think there's anything gaming-wise that I gotta look into. There's no Black Myth Wukong stuff that's new, because me and Gaju were looking into it. Also, my recent reaction to the final trailer for Black Myth Wukong has done exceedingly well. And let me see. Thanks once again, Kyushu. Your vocal skills are amazing. You're too kind, CJ. You're too kind. There's nothing new about Black Myth Wukong that I kind of want to look into because I'm just going to wait on the game to drop A lot of people from Bilibili over in China are, well, I wouldn't say a lot because I don't want to assume, but quite a few people are anticipating when I start streaming Black Myth Wukong the week after next. So I'm really looking forward to it because there are people from China who also have a lot of knowledge of like Chinese history and mythology, obviously, that'll help me out when I don't know a certain thing, considering the lore and, historical information behind the things we're going to encounter in the game. So I am definitely looking forward to Black Myth Wukong. Me and Gajil, we checked out, we had a session last night where we were just watching a whole bunch of different things. We watched 2 videos concerning Space Marine 2 and the level of customization. It is long. We watched a 15-minute video showing off the classes, but it didn't show all the perks for the perk tree. You know, skill trees and perk trees are my weakness. And we didn't see any of that. It didn't show. But it showed the customization for your specific Space Marine that you can have in Space Marine 2. And it was a 41-minute video with a vast amount of customization. And I'm very much looking forward to it, and all the classes as well, so I know it's going to be fun. But as far as gaming and stuff that is concerned, about the only major thing I'm going to be playing this month will be Black Myth Wukong. We'll be doing a whole series on that. And then in September will be Space Marine 2. There is nothing currently on my list other than those 2 games for the rest of this year that I am looking forward to playing other than those 2 games. Unless we get something announced at Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show, and it's going to be a game that's releasing this year as well. So we have yet to see. Matter of fact, Gamescom is supposed to start on the 21st, literally the day after Black Myth Wukong drops. And then Tokyo Game Show is supposed to be in September, the 26th of September to the 29th. And I am really, really hoping that we get some new Muso game news, because I feel like it's been way too long since our last Muso. We looked at gameplay for Dynasty Warriors Origins for a little bit, but I really want some new third-party Muso games released. Oh, yo, Halster, what's going on? You might be coming in on a... pardon me. You might be coming in on the tail end of the stream because I really just wanted to react to the Marvel Rivals characters dialogue, and we pretty much reacted to and looked at, we looked at and reacted to the pretty much all of the dialogue that we have seen thus far in Marvel Rivals since it was in closed beta, at least for the time being. So, and I don't want to drag this out any longer than I already have. How long have I been doing this for? 2 hours. 2 hours. All 20 minutes out of it being 3 hours. So I'm not gonna go on for too long. But yeah, as far as like games and new games are concerned, the only thing that is really on my radar right now is Black Myth Wukong and playing that. And then once I'm done with that, we play a bunch of Space Marine 2 later in September, because I believe if I pull up the calendar, we get Black Myth Wukong 1 week, then there's 2 full weeks, and then we get, wait a minute, hold on, Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 comes out... Where's the date? September 9th. Which is strangely a Monday. Games usually don't release on Mondays. Is that right? Games usually release on Tuesdays. Or Thursdays or Fridays, but not Mondays. But yeah, Space Marine 2 is supposed to be dropping on a Monday in September. So I got from the 20th of August, then through 2 full weeks, and then later in September, that's when Space Marine 2 is supposed to be coming out. So yeah, I am really looking forward to it because it looks gorgeous. It is the closest us PlayStation users will get to a Gears of War game, but it's filled with hordes of enemies. Not just like a string of enemies that are coming at you, but just an entire horde of enemies. An entire horde of enemies coming at you from all sides. Matter of fact, no. I'll save those videos for later. Why did they cast the Borderlands film like that? They clearly went for seniority and recognition over appearance, potential, and talent. This film will not be will not be a star maker movie like Lord of the Rings. No, it will not. It will not. You would think that after having a phenomenal run of Sonic films, that people were thinking like, yay, video game movies are good again. And then you watch Borderlands and it's all like, why did you make this? Because from the trailer, I was already skeptical. From the trailer, I was already skeptical of the game, skeptical of the movie. I was already skeptical of the movie. And I didn't get a Borderlands vibe from it, save for the name and the occasional appearance of the psychos. Everyone else tried their best to look like the characters. I don't know why they cast 50-year-old person to play someone who is in their 30s or in their 20s, and people who are supposed to be young and playing these characters are played by much older people, and that already throws off the dynamic. Plus, characters don't even behave like certain characters to a degree. You could have gotten literally anyone to be Roland. You could have gotten Terry Crews. You could have gotten Terry Crews to be Roland, and it would have fit. Terry Crews, or what's his name, Lance Gross, who plays Calvin in like House of Pain. If anyone's watched that show, you could have gotten Lance Gross. You could have gotten Terry Crews. You literally could have gotten anyone, but Kevin Hart does not strike me as a Roland type person, because I don't look at Kevin Hart and see him as a serious movie type person. He's done some serious movies in the past, but everyone predominantly knows him as a comedian, and a funny guy. So him being Roland, you know, one of the more serious and more mature people in the Borderlands series, yeah, it wasn't resonating with me. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird overall. I haven't seen the movie, and even though I'm a massive Borderlands fan, I don't really feel a big major need to go watch the Borderlands film. I love Borderlands, but not that much. Not that much. I feel like there's certain things you can do in video games that just won't translate over to movie format. But that's just me. That's just me. I still intend to see Deadpool and Wolverine with my dad when he gets freed up. So I still gotta watch that. And you guys be careful making references to Deadpool and Wolverine, because I haven't seen it yet. You know who you are. CJ. You know who you are. I'm kidding. I'm messing with you guys. But yeah, keep it to a minimum, because I want to see the movie for myself with as little known about it as possible. That's the reason why I've been very careful on YouTube, because if I scroll on anything Deadpool related, then it starts showing stuff that I don't want to see. It'll start trying to show stuff that I don't want to see, and I want to see the movie for myself and then watch it for myself. But going back to the games, I really don't have anything major. You just looked into my soul, seen it 2 times already? Yeah, Gajil said he went to go see it twice as well. I gotta go see it. P.S. I probably should be included in that as well. Here's the thing, though. I specifically, and if you mean like you talking about it in the Discord, I've already muted TV and movies for myself so that I wouldn't get pop-ups concerning you guys talking about the movie, and I avoid that section of the Discord until I actually see the movie, and then I can talk to you guys about it. Let me see. Hey, I'm back again. This time I'm at home from work and eating. See what? I'm talking about like people not spoiling things from Deadpool and Wolverine until I actually go watch it, because I haven't seen it yet, because I want to see it with my dad. But going back to games, Gamescom is going to be dropping the week after next. And then we have Tokyo Game Show. We have D23 that's happening right now. And I'm just wondering, because me and Gajo, we looked at the event schedule for D23, and we tried desperately to find anything that was related to video games. We tried to look for something. Like, I look up game, and I see trading card game, heroic game night with Ravensburger, the making of Clue, the Muppets board game, and then who's the baddest Disney villain trivia game presented by Ravensburger. So that's the only thing I've seen for D23. How long is D23 supposed to be lasting? A couple of days? That's my question, though. How long is it supposed to be lasting? Because we need information on, like, some Marvel games. It's been quiet. We need some information. Tried typing Marvel? I tried that. And they pull up some Marvel stuff, but no Marvel games. No Marvel game studios. So we get music today. The only thing music related is Music of Marvel at 11 a.m., which is already passed. And Marvel Studios' Brian Crosby signing a D23 exclusive variant cover Figment comic. Then on Saturday, Marvel Animation sneak peek, and Marvel Comics celebrating 50 years of Wolverine, and Marvel Comics C.B. Cebulski, Jason Aaron, and Humberto Ramos signing up. Then on Sunday, designing the MCU, Marvel Studios visual department, creating Marvel Studios and ILM Immersive's What If, an immersive story, and then lastly, From Heroes to Heirlooms, Marvel storytelling through gemstones. That's the only thing Marvel related. Game related, board games, and just games that you can play during the events. And then Marvel related, comic stuff and movie stuff. Typing in Fortnite shows nothing either. Hopefully they show something. Hopefully they do, because it's been quiet on the Marvel front. I would like to hear some things. Even though they showcase some things, I would like to hear something new. I would love to hear something new. But I'm not gonna dwell on it for too long, because I still got some things that I need to do today, including working on this Minuteman build for my character, and then that'll probably be it. I still need to do that Brotherhood of Steel video, so I still need to work on that a little bit. Why is it gonna be in Fortnite? Do we know why? I don't know. D23 Fortnite. How to watch D23 live in Fortnite and get a Wolverine item. Wait, what? The whole presentation is gonna be straight through Fortnite? That can't be right. The next season is probably heavily Marvel themed, which starts in 1 week. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let's see. W Dad, man, you have some not amazing parents, but cool parents. They can be both amazing and cool at the same time. Where or are they? Where or are they blurred? Were or are they blurred? I don't know what you mean by that. Feels like a weird choice, but yeah. See D23 reveals live in Fortnite. Yeah. It will be live streamed through Fortnite. D23 is being live streamed through Fortnite exclusively. The entire event to be streamed through Fortnite. Blurred. Black nerd? No, they are not. I am, but my parents are not. They are not. No, they're not. They're not into it like I'm into it. Yeah, they're not into it like I'm into it. I'm the blurred of the family. I'm the nerdy one of the family. Because I analyze stuff. I retain a lot of media up in here, but that's just me. And it's also partly because of what I do on YouTube that I'm also a massive nerd as well. But for them, no. I'm pretty much the biggest nerd of the family. Is it paywalled? I hope not. It better not be paywalled. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Let's pull up D23 and see if people are D23. Are people streaming this? First look at Daredevil Born Again at D23 revealed. Snow White official trailer tease. Oh god, they're still going through with the movie? They're still going through with it? Inside look at D23 Ultimate Disney Fan Event. King Thanos for Avengers Campus? What? King Thanos? Marvel TVA Experience, 23 slate, reveal, leak, breakdown. Rebooted future of the... Okay, this is 5 days ago. Nothing too major, except for this person who's going through this event right now and walking through this whole area. I don't know. It's not really showing anything of what to expect from D23. The only thing that concerns me is whether or not we're going to get games. So, I'm not going to worry about it too much unless I see something game related. Yeah, I'm not going to dwell on it. Why with the Rachel, what is her name? Ziegler? Yeah, I think they're still trying to go with that movie, even though it received such massive backlash. Yeah. All right, I'm done for today. Yep, I think we covered more than enough concerning Marvel Rivals and their unique dialogue, and I think this is a good time to stop. It's not about gaming, but watch Phase Zero's video. They did some cool stuff. Phase Zero? Hold on. Phase Zero. Nope, I'm not gonna look at Phase Zero because it's talking about Deadpool and stuff. So no, I'm not gonna look at that. Oh wait, I see the one for the. If you mean the full D23 TVA tour, I'll watch that later. Yeah, I'll watch that later. Yeah, I'll watch it later. All right. Actually, why did I go to a different screen knowing good and well that I need to give like an outro, like my proper outro? I can't do this. Do he realize we can't see him? The only way my screen changes is if I hit the button on purpose. So yes, I do realize you guys couldn't see me because I did that on purpose. But yeah, I'll watch it later. Because I don't want to. I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it later. This isn't going to be a reaction stream where I'm reacting to Phase Zero, because this is pretty much supposed to be about Marvel Rivals, and I want to keep it that way. I want to be on topic. But I'm done. I got to finish the rest of my fries and then continue with what I was doing over there. And I also need to clean out my PS5 because it's I skipped both June and July, and I got to clean it up. But I'm done. Thank you, everybody. For your continued support of what I do here on this channel. I really do appreciate it. I would not be able to do what I do without you guys. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for enjoying the stuff that I do. Thank you for just being such amazing people that I get to wake up and do streams and videos for. Because it's just an absolute joy to do this. And also, yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.